Knick-Knack just took the top spot. Foxling Bubble took out the garbage without being asked.
Hi everyone, Mr. Shins here, and tonight we're playing SpookY2K, or is it SpookY2K? Dr. Knack, thank you for being first, I really appreciate that. Foxling, thank you, wow, you took out the garbage, I didn't even ask you to do that, you just did it, I'm so impressed, wow, you know, your initiative and responsibility, they really show how thoughtful and mature you're becoming. Zeta Azuel, I believe Zeta is probably the developer of this game, and here I am. Hello and welcome, Zeta. I'm really looking forward to talking to you about this after we give it a go here. I always pronounced it SpookY2K, but that's just because it rolls off the tongue. I do like SpookY2K. Well, SpookY2K it is then. There's no higher authority than you, right? V, hello. I'll be lurking. V, I appreciate it. I hope you are well. So this is a very special stream, and 5-stream streak, Foxling. Wow, thank you. That's really cool. Streaks. I think streaks, like people have been showing the streaks recently. So in this, we're doing about 14. I think it's going to be, by the time we get done we will have done about 14 Spooktober games this year. This is number 8 in our series, and a very special stream. Thank you guys for joining me. This is SpookY2K, developed for the Spooktober Visual Novel Jam 2025, completed within 1 month, and we're gonna play it. I'm really excited. And afterwards, we're gonna talk to Zeta, and we're gonna talk to a couple of the developers here. So, okay, let's. Oh, look, the screen moves around when I move my mouse. That's cool. All right, so we're gonna do new game. Indeed, let's rock and roll. Yeah, let's do this. You can't see it, but I'm bobbing my head right now. We got some tunes. Yes. Foxling, thank you for the lurk. The sound of muffled music slowly brings you back from the abyss, and your consciousness flickers like the sparks of a disco ball. Along with the dull throbbing of a moderate headache and unease from mild nausea. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. It takes you a moment to realize that you are laid out on a cold bathroom floor. Thankfully, not the dirty bathroom floor of a nightclub. Despite the pulsing music, this is, without a doubt, a personal bathroom. Logan, hello! You are breathtaking. Thank you for being here. Werg, thank you for the lurk. Have a great stream, Shins. Appreciate you, sir. After all, it's clean, smells nice, and doesn't have the odd couple making out in a stall, or a weird guy watching the odd couple make out. Yeah. Nope, none of that. Good. Nevertheless, you slowly push yourself off the ground and get a better look at your surroundings. Your head still aches, but you ignore it as something more important catches your attention. Most nightclubs aren't this pink either. No, it's very pink, huh? I mean, I tend to think of them just being dark. You don't know what color they are, right? The decor of this bathroom is weird as hell. The overabundance of pink, the clashing patterns, the fuzzy carpet, feels like a teen girl's dream bathroom. Maybe 20 or 30 years ago? There's even a dated aquarium-themed toilet, which, while cool, makes you wonder what horrors these plastic fish have seen. Your sense of sight isn't the only one that's left disoriented, though. This music sounds awfully familiar. That's right. It was one of those hot dance songs a few decades ago. You forgot that it even existed. It sets off a warm, nostalgic feeling in your chest. Not memories, though, because you don't have any of those. Actually, now that you think about it, you realize how unusual it is that you don't recognize anything about this place. Isn't that strange? Memories are overrated. Yeah, who needs them? Your mind is worryingly blank. No memories as to how you got here or what happened the day before or any time before that. As if the world simply spat you out fully grown into this bathroom, well, with muffled music, and demanded that you figure it all out yourself. How exactly did you get here? And just as you think that, your temples throb with pain again. You lean over and clutch your head, hoping that it'll somehow push back the pain. but a flood of thoughts and sensations overwhelm you as you try to ground yourself. Something important has happened. Something important is happening. Something important will happen. Someone is... But your mind can't complete the thought. Like a roller coaster pausing at the apex of the first drop, it simply hangs there, threatening you with a revelation that won't come. You've got a smooth as heck voice, by the way. I really appreciate that, Zeta. That's very kind. Which is it? Has something happened? Is something happening? Will something happen? Who knows? Your brain certainly isn't offering any clues. Maybe it's even mocking you for forgetting such crucial details. The pain starts to subside, though that anxious feeling has now wedged itself in your heart for good. Maybe it's nothing to worry about, though. After all, waking up on the floor of an unfamiliar and way too pink bathroom would make anyone's head spin. Trying to regain some sense of stability, you decide to return to the absolute basics. You carefully study your own hands, and they actually look somewhat familiar. This is a good sign, or at least you choose to believe it is. So then, is there anything else you know about yourself, such as how do other people refer to you? Oh, I'm a he. I know that. Hey, I remember this. Sadly, your feet are completely unfamiliar to you. But hey, hands. It's a good start. And maybe the thing you should have thought of first. What is your name? So we have default Skylar, but I can be Mr. Shins. I'm gonna be Mr. Shins. Let's be Mr. Shins. Here we go. Since it's pretty important, you try to make sure. This is Mr. Shins. He's chill. Sounds correct? Yeah. Yes. Yes, it does. Yes! Well, you have no idea if you actually have a reputation for being chill. At the very least, the other part sounds right. I agree, he's chill. I am somewhat chill. I have a reputation for being somewhat chill, I think. Maybe there is hope for you after all, but something tells you you won't be finding it in this odd bathroom. That's right. To figure out what's going on, you need to learn more about this place. Maybe you'll even find other people who can help you out. Cautiously optimistic about what is out there, you head toward the door and step outside. Out in the hallway, the 2000s era music becomes more clear. You're more certain than ever that this is in fact the same song from back then. Wow, look at this place. More importantly, the decor seems to match that time period as well. A bizarre blend of late 90s luxury and some spooky props. Carved pumpkins, hanging ghosts, cutouts of various monsters hidden in various corners. Looks spooky, though maybe not in 2K. Yeah, maybe, are we in a different time? Is that what's happening? Someone must have put a lot of love and care into decorating this place, or a lot of money. Either way, you already seem to be one step closer to the truth. A private home with Halloween decoration can only mean... Space Nurse. Oof! Before you can get too oriented with your surroundings, a blue and pink blur rounds the corner at high speeds and slams right into you, catapulting her to the floor. Uh-oh. Ouch! Who knows? I know. I know the knowledge is power thing is totally in effect here. Oh no! You wince but manage to open your eyes. In front of you is a pastel-colored lady who is fretting over your collision. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Shins. I was just trying to get drinks and I didn't see you get out of the bathroom, so I'll just help you clean up. Her comment makes you notice a damp stickiness slowly spreading across your body and the pile of shards on the ground near you. And now you can meet my favorite character. This is your favorite, Zeta? I'm so excited. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like you got hurt. You almost feel grateful you were only left with a splattered outfit and something dribbling down your face. She's so cute. She is cute. Purple hair. The neon lady quickly takes out a small towelette and starts wiping your forehead. Her genuine remorse makes it hard to be mad at her. You're not hurt, are you? I'm sorry. I really should have been watching where I was going. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I mean, she's so cute. Like, why would I complain? It's not the first time I've had a cute girl spill drinks over me. Oh my god. I think it might be our first time. I don't know. I think you ruptured my spleen. Okay. This is flirty. I could be flirty. She doesn't have to know that it's your first time. That's true. I could be smooth and be like, yeah, but I mean, she obviously knows who I am. So if I just flirt, like, what? I don't know what my relationship with her is. I have no memory. Oh no. I think I'm just gonna say no. This is more fun. It's not the first time I've had a cute girl spill drinks over me. Here we go. Exactly. No memory, no consequences. Is that how that works? I don't know if that's how that works. Oh well, we're gonna do it anyway because you're encouraging me. Okay, we're doing the middle one. Don't worry, I'm used to this. It's not the first time that I've had a cute girl spill drinks over me. I forgot. The woman pauses and her cheeks flush for a moment as she turns her face away. Uh-oh, I embarrassed her. Huh? You should either be more careful or more considerate. Oh God. It's a bit concerning if this kind of thing happens to you often. Oh. Wait, am I being flirted with? I can't tell. Then again, I'm not one to talk. I'm the one doing all the spilling. Despite the mild retort, she was still smiling and blushing. You're almost a bit surprised she was so receptive to your unsubtle compliment. I was surprised. Before you can follow up on that, a shrill voice erupts from around the corner. Nanu, what the hell is going on here? You better not have shattered one of our vases again. No, I didn't break anything of yours this time. This was Ricky's vodka. Though I guess I did spill it all over your carpet. You what? I don't know how to do an eep. I'm just gonna let those words speak for themselves. The girl named Nanu quickly cowers behind you, and the woman in the pink dress glares daggers through you. Even though she's most likely only aiming for Nanu, her fierce stare makes a chill run down your spine. We all know eep. We all know the eep. Eep! Like, is that what we're doing? When I said get us drinks, I didn't mean get them all over the new guy. Yeah, that's it. Okay, next time it comes up, I will eep with the best of them. Okay. Don't even get me started on the glass. Who's gonna pick up the shards? I'm sorry, Mina. I was just about to clean it up. I promise it was just an accident. I swear, you would have lost your mind by now if it wasn't trapped in that cavernous skull of yours. Nanu cautiously touches her forehead and looks down. Oh, Nanu. Your feelings, your delicate feelings, they're hurt. This is terrible. It's not that empty. So, it's somewhat empty? Mina turns her sharp glance back at you. And where have you been, Mr. Shins? Haven't seen you around for a bit. B was starting to get worried that you wandered off or got scared by something. You weren't planning on ducking from us, were you? How are we supposed to get to know you? Again, The same implication. If nothing else, this whole fiasco taught you that these people aren't strangers, but that they also don't know you. But they also don't know you all that well. On the one hand, that means they might not be much help in figuring out who you are. On the other hand, you won't have to worry about acting out of character since they don't have much of a frame of reference. It's lucky. Hello? Anyone in there? Crap. All right, time to explain yourself. I was in the bathroom thinking about you. You could be anyone to them. Maybe even Mr. Shins. Well, I mean, that sounds easy when you put it that way. Okay, I was in the bathroom thinking of you. I woke up in the bathroom. I have no idea what's going on. That's a little honest. Do I want to be honest? Honestly, yeah. You're all kind of scaring me. Oh, God. Okay, in the bathroom thinking about you. Little creepy, right? Why am I in the bathroom? That's like, that could be misinterpreted.
Shin the Legend just subscribed for
Shin the
19
Legend.
months.
Thank you so much.
From work.
Shin the Legend, I hope work goes quickly and easily, and thank you so much for the subscribe. I appreciate you, sir. But you don't think about people in the bathroom? I didn't say I didn't. But I don't want to tell people. Typically. I don't think I want to tell people that. Do I? No, I don't want to tell people. I woke up in the bathroom. I have no idea what's going on. I don't want to be rude. You're all scaring me as rude. I have no idea what's going on. I woke up in the bathroom. I woke up in the bathroom and have no idea what's going on. Yeah, that tracks. You look awful. Maybe lay off the drinks for a while? Nanu, can you get Mr. Shin some water? The party's barely started and I still want him to be conscious and not puke his guts out later. And B will get on my ass if she thinks that I just left him on his own. Of course, I can do that much. And use plastic cups, you hear me? Plastic. Or is she spelling it out? P-L-A-S-T-I-C. And again, knowing you'll find a way to break those too. They don't seem to understand that this is more than a case of overindulgence, but at least you'll be getting some water. That'd be impressive, says Zeta. Just like just spelling it out like that. It might help clear your head, or rather, fill it in. Arguably, it's already been cleared out enough. Oh, Kratos! Mr. Shin's absolutely amazing at the party girl voices. I appreciate that, Okriatus. Welcome, Okriatus, developer of Houndwife, here to join us, and such an amazing supporter of our community. Appreciate you being here. Breaking plastic cups. Plastic! Oh my god. Alright. It's already been cleared out enough. Wolf girl. Okay, what's she? Maybe she's a wolf girl. Maybe she has a little. Maybe her register's a little lower. Hey, is everything all right over there? She's kind of cool. Maybe she's got green eyes. She's a wolf girl. I thought I heard a crash, and also Mina yelling. That's definitely a vampire voice. No, thank you, Okriatus. Thank you for being here. And since Nanu is here, I think we can all guess what happened. Two more people show up, a woman in a stylish wolf-themed outfit and a man that could double as a vampire. Despite their getup, they don't appear to be mortal enemies and already seem infinitely more approachable than Mina ever did. But even the bossy lady herself softens up upon seeing them. She walks over to the wolf girl and wraps her arm around her shoulder. I love the art here so much, says Okriatus. Yeah, it's so, like, vibrant and saturated and just gorgeous. It really has drawn me in. And now comes my favorite design, says Zeta. B, it's all good. Just some party antics. I can see that. The wolf girl, evidently named B, turns to you, her eyes growing wide. She's sizing you up for a meal? Kigyo did an awesome job with the art direction. Yeah, they really did. Hey, What happened to your head? You're bleeding. You are? You put a hand to your head and sure enough, you feel a few specks of blood stain your hand. Could this be the real cause of your headache? Probably a good idea to hide that from the vampire, just to be safe. The wolf girl walks up to you and begins to wipe away the blood on your head. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of it, and it only takes her a few seconds to clean you up. Are you sure you're all right? Nanu must have glassed Mr. Shins. How cold. I didn't do anything like that. At least, not on purpose. Everyone's so nice. Well, before we start arguing about whether or not Nanu committed assault, you should all move to the living room. I'll clean up the mess she made. That's a nice vampire. What a nice vampire. He's 10,000 years old. Hey, why do you always assume everything is entirely my fault? It's not like I knocked Mr. Shins over the head with a bottle. Believe it or not, I do pay enough attention to know you. And again, it's hard not to notice being elbowed in the face over and over again. That was... You know I never meant to. And that doesn't really make a difference if they... Okay, so Nanu's a little clumsy, maybe. And that doesn't really make a difference if they end up hurt either way. You already broke one of Mina's vases earlier. At this rate, you'll break a window next if things keep escalating. I'd suggest keeping away from anything made of glass, porcelain, or clay, if you want to avoid getting a bill from Mina or Milo later tonight. Zeta says, maybe just a little clumsy. Oh, she's already going to be getting one for the carpet cleaners we'll be calling later. Nanu wilts at the argument and simply scuttles away. Oh, poor Nanu. I feel bad. It's not her fault she's clumsy. Just a little clumsy. Or is it? I don't know what's going on yet. You might not know much about this Nanu girl, but it sounds like she's a force to be reckoned with, even if entirely unintentional so. Oh, even if entirely unintentionally so. Don't you think you were a bit too harsh with her there, Vervain? Harsh? I was just stating facts. Yeah, it's my fault for writing her that way. Sorry. No apologies. I think we're good. You're about as blunt as a sledgehammer sometimes. No wonder you two couldn't work out. Oh no. We couldn't work out because she would get herself hurt trying to use a gym machine. Scratch that. Blunt and dense. Wow, that was like an unintentional dad joke from Vervain. I fail to see the correlation. Mina rolls her eyes and follows Nanu into the other room. Meanwhile, Vervain, completely unbothered, focuses on his new task of cleaning up the shards. As you wonder if you should help out, B tugs on your arm and makes you follow the others. You're sure you're all right, though? You quietly nod your head, not wanting to worry the girl that's been showing earnest concern for your well-being. Despite your memory problems, nobody here seems to consider you a hostile intruder, even though they're all strangers to you. Who knows? It's possible you really did just have too much to drink, and your memory will come back with time. Still, that anxious feeling in your chest hasn't vanished. All right, we have ads about to start here, pre-roll about to go off. So I'm going to go ahead and run our first ad break. I'm sorry to anybody that is behind the commercial wall, but I will see you in just 180 seconds. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for hanging in there with the ads. Appreciate everybody being here. Still, that anxious feeling in your chest hasn't vanished. In fact, it seems that it's only grown after interacting with these people, but you push it down. For now, it's probably best to just go with the flow. If you act like a normal party guest, things might just clear themselves up all on their own. You exit the hallway, only to be engulfed in a hazy layer of mist. Your immediate reaction is to wonder if there's a fire, but none of the girls around you are worried. They walk right on through. Got grapes and tortilla chips in here for the long haul. Zeta, that sounds perfect. I would do the same thing, but then you guys would have to listen to me like smacking my lips more than I am already. Let's go, says Acretus. Sure enough, you spot numerous smoke machines in the corners of this open living space. The host really went above and beyond with these decorations. Wow. After following the others back into the living room, you are again awed by the sight of the props and interior design. I'm at the gas station right now. Acretus, what are you doing at the gas station? Are you on your phone at the gas station just watching the stream? You... You're so dedicated. Okay, well don't watch the stream and drive, okay? Can you pick me up some eggs? Yeah, get Zeta some eggs while you're there, please. Even though the smoke machines have clearly been busy, you can discern that everything is vaguely retro. From the pseudo-futuristic couch to the CRT television, it all just feels slightly out of date. Even the stereo system used to pump out the music is archaic and old, though that isn't quite right. The models themselves are old, but everything looks new, as if it had just come out of fresh packaging. Conquer Chimera, hello. Thank you for the power lurk. Appreciate you, sir. Eggs at the gas station. Ugh, shit in the legend, their eggs are eggs. If you gotta have eggs, you know, it's convenient. You've never bought eggs at the gas station? Cadmium, hello, nice to see you, sir. Thank you for shouting out Conquer Chimera. And thank you for shouting out Mr. Legend. Maybe they're refurbished antiques? You think about getting closer to inspect some of them, but stop when two men walk up to you and the girls. You briefly catch the shorter one of the two locking eyes with you, but just as quickly, he looks away. Suspicious. Gaudy guy. You disappear to fetch Mr. Shins, and now Vervain is gone. What's up with that? He's gaudy. Maybe, like, should he have like a little bit of a, like, you disappear to fetch Mr. Shins, and now Vervain is gone. What's up with that? Like that? Maybe he's like a little annoying. Mina lackadaisically points to Nanu. To absolutely no one's surprise, there was another incident. Hey, you didn't have to say it like that. It's nothing to worry about, Milo. Reminds me a bit of Dionysus from Hades. So he's still cleaning up after your messes, huh? Some things never change. We got Mr. Frat Boy now. Okay. Okay, so is this frat boy energy? Is that what we're going for? Oh, come on. You know that Verve's just a helpful guy. Okay, yeah, we're Skater Boys. Skater Boys got Southern California. Then maybe Mr. Helpful should change careers and become a janitor. With his looks, he'd make for a better butler, don't you think? Shaw, yeah. I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. Oh, you're spot on, Ricky. He does have a dapper debonair vibe about him. What do you think, sis? Should we hire Vervain to be our butler? Sure, if you want to pay his salary. That won't be a problem. Once I finish sprucing up my inventions, our parents will be the ones asking me for extra spending money. Go with whatever works for you. We're just flying by the seat of our pants here. Zeta, be sure if you're like, no, that is completely wrong. Be sure to let me know. All right. Tell him, Ricky, you saw my genius firsthand after all. Is that where you two went off to earlier? Ugh, Milo, you don't have to show off every one of your cringe inventions to people. You don't get it. This one is different. You're cringe because you can't understand the ingenuity of my impressive ideas. Mina rolls her eyes and then flops onto the couch right next to B. I understand that we'd have a lot more storage space if it wasn't cluttered with your junk. Yoshi, hello. Milo shakes his head and sighs. How are you, sir? It's nice to see you. The burden of being a genius. Never really understood during their own time. Their own time. Something about those words births a faint idea in your head. A flicker of an idea. Something that would explain the odd circumstances surrounding you. It's nice to hear you too. Thank you, Yoshi. You're hit with an intense wave of deja vu. Have you done this before? Known all this before? Had a conversation just like this before? This all feels so familiar, and yet... You can't complete the thought, as Vervain slips into the TV corner and naturally draws everyone's attention to himself. I cleaned up the shards. It should be safe to walk around in the hallway again. Thank you for your service, Vervain. Say, have you ever thought about switching careers? Not if you're the one who's asking. Come on, I'm talking about a lucrative opportunity for both of us here. You sure you don't want to become our butler full-time? Not particularly. I don't like being bossed around. But you just offered to sweep up the floor for us. Exactly. I offered. You didn't ask. I just thought that no one else would do it or be as fast and efficient. Shins, I'm jonesing for some thermi, Shivers. Yoshi, soon. Monday, I promise. The thermostat will be back. I appreciate you being so patient. Vervain, you're everything to me. Oh, man. And despite being the host, I know you two would have never bothered getting your hands dirty anyway. Hey, I'll have you know that I did a lot of work to get this whole place set up. And I'm sure that Milo would have taken care of it. Eventually. I rest my case. I just didn't want anyone else getting hurt, so it was a small sacrifice. This is hurting my soul. Yoshi, I'm sorry. Wow, that's real noble of you, Vervain. I'm not a noble person. I'm glad you're aware. Hey, let's lighten up. Nobody wants to hear you all bickering when we're supposed to be having fun. B gets it. You're all worried about messes and spills and stuff, and we should be partying. Woohoo! Mina gets off the couch and pulls B off along with her. Come on, let's look up some movies to watch. Huh? Oh, sure. The two move over towards the television and start shifting through DVDs. DVDs? People still use those? I will need you to fan me like an emperor of old. Yoshi, I will do it. I will do it. I will do it because I care for you. I care for your needs. I do. All right, Nanu. While they figure out the movie program, want to play a few rounds of darts? We've got a board nearby. Sure, I'm actually really good at darts. Who wants to watch some Blu-rays on the PS5? I have those DVDs, says Yoshi. Yoshi, are you young? Are you young? Just asking. I still collect disc Blu-rays and DVD. There is nothing wrong with that. Nobody is judging you. Smart, indeed. Somehow, you severely doubt that, though. Poor Nanu. Just make sure not to leave scratches on the walls, or I'll be sending you the bill. With a huff, Nanu leaves with Ricky, who reassuringly pats her back. Be honest. Is this a party or just another money-making scheme for you? They're never schemes. They're collaboration proposals. Besides, if that was my goal, I would have invited 5 Nanus and 0 Rickies. That guy couldn't hit a bullseye with his eyes closed. What? Surely he needs to at least see the dartboard to know how to aim. Not if you're as good as him. You see, Vervain, playing darts is a lot like good business acumen. You need to have a vision and precision to be able to hit the bullseye. And fine motor skills. Yes, that too, but it's mainly about the vision. Let me give you an example. And thus Milo and Vervain get involved in a lecture about economics or something. It's hard to tell. Left all by yourself, that gnawing feeling in your chest is growing again. But rather than letting it consume you, you figure you should proactively do something about it. Now might be a good chance to interact with the others and get a good sense of what's really going on. Maybe that'll give you some direction. And if not, you might still at least get to have some fun at this party. Who will you talk to? Bea and Mina, Milo and Vervain, Ricky and Nanu. Boy, I don't know. Nanu seems nice and clumsy. Ricky is, well, like, fine. Bea and Mina, they seem like they're in charge. They might have the most information out of any of these guys. I don't want to talk to Milo and Vervain. I'm not interested in economics. Who wants to chat about microeconomics? Let's just go with Bea and Mina. I miss Bea already, says Ocreatus. But the economy! Okay. Are we voting? Are we voting? Does anybody have a horse in this race? It seems like Ocreatus wants us to go talk to Bea. Do what you want. I'm just jabbering. No. Okay, let's go talk to Bea. Bea showed real concern for me. And without, like, hurting me. I'm having a great time just watching here. Ocreatus, I appreciate you so much. Let's go talk to Bea and Mina. Since they're already here, you decide to catch up with Bea and Mina first. The two are sorting through various DVDs and a few VHS tapes on the floor. Considering that your hosts aren't exactly strapped for cash, you're surprised they didn't prepare some more contemporary formats? Like Blu-ray? Could it be they're collectors or maybe even archivists, seeing as physical media is becoming more and more valuable in the area of streaming? No, that's probably giving them too much credit. How about Screech? That'd be perfect. That'd be the perfect one, don't you think? I guess it'd be fine. What's with the wishy-washy attitude? This was your favorite horror movie ever. Didn't you say you watched it like at least 50 times? Yeah, but maybe 51 is just too much. Oh, boo. Mina flops down, nestling her head on Bea's lap as she starts to sort through more discs and cassettes. Well, what do you want to watch? You've always had pretty good taste when it comes to movies. Thanks. Why do I have to be your advisor, though? Well, I'm sure as hell not going to let my brother or Nanu pick something. They're both so pathetic they'd choose something that would put the rest of us to sleep. Meanwhile, Ricky and Vervain will go along with anything, so I'm not that interested in their opinion. But you're hardcore. You don't mind blood, guts, and gore. The real fun stuff. I mean, I guess brutal video games made me build up tolerance for that kind of thing. Bea awkwardly looks around before her eyes eventually lock onto yours. She immediately seems to relax a bit. Oh, Mr. Shins. Coming to help with the movie selection? She tries to get up, but Mina's head keeps her locked in place. And Mina doesn't show any interest in moving from her comfortable pillow, much to Bea's dismay. So instead, you decide to join them on the floor. Clearly, she's played Mortal Kombat. You can tell by looking at her that she knows the fatalities. Oh, right. I forgot about Mr. Shins. It's okay, I'm used to it. Mina inspects 2 videos and then grins. Speaking of, what's your capacity for horror? You better not be a wuss like my baby brother. Isn't he technically older? By like 20 minutes, and he's more of a baby in like spirit. There are so many things wrong with that, but you'd rather not think about it for long. The real question is, what is your tolerance to horror? Generally, you're more of a fan of science fiction and mystery thrillers, but you don't think those two will have a chance to shine tonight. So, what'll it be? I like a good scare like anybody else. I will piss my pants if someone gets a paper cut. I personally have always wanted to be a mass murderer. Wow, this is quite the Likert scale. Let's go with the first one. I like a good scare. It's fine. All valid options, says Zeta. I like a good scare like anybody else. It's like riding a roller coaster. It's kind of fun when you get scared a bit. Yeah, you get it. It's not like anyone ever gets hurt watching a horror movie anyway. So no Jordan Peele. Wait, what? Oh my god. And it's thrilling watching bad stuff happen to people too. Monsters rampaging around, crazed killers stalking their prey, zombies flooding the world. I get goosebumps watching that kind of thing. And B does too. Huh? What? I really don't think I'm as much of a horror fanatic as you are. Don't get all modest now. You love all those horror movies that have serial killers in them. I only like them because there's usually a final girl that fights them and wins. It's satisfying to see. Sure, it's totally not the mass killer butchering innocent people. Mina's, wow. Oh my god, Mina. I mean, why do people like horror movies? I don't watch them for the murdering. That's for sure. She winks at B, who frowns and turns away. Anyways, Mr. Shins, are you sure you're okay? That wound earlier didn't look too bad, but it was still on your head. Personally, I'm very much a coward. Zeta, I'm in the same camp. Mina's taste in fiction reminds me of a friend of mine, says Cadmium. Cadmium? Really? I'd like to hear more. Relax, B. How long are you and Nanu going to dote on him? At this point, I almost have to assume Mr. Shins did it on purpose just to get some more attention. It's not funny, Mina. How could you accuse him of something like that? Mina rolls off B's lap and gets back on her knees. Oh, come on. It'd be a little funny, right? Besides, I'd respect the commitment. Mina? Oh, lighten up. You know that I don't actually mean it. Real talk, Mr. Shins. If you're really hurting or something, we can get some meds for you. Should be in the bathroom underneath the... Mina slaps a hand over her mouth. What is going on? Horror bores me because it's more gore than actual horror. At least holds true for modern horror, says Yoshi. Her favorite characters were 9 out of 10 times a bad guy and or a very fucked up butcher. Wow. Yeah, I don't know anybody who watches horror that way. Very interesting. Actually, B can probably just grab it for you later. That's a good point, says Zeta. Mina hugs B from behind and giggles. She's so nice, our little angel. Probably too nice for her own good. You gotta grow a backbone, B. Doesn't hurt to be mean every once in a while. Haha, maybe. B's lip twitches slightly. Meanwhile, Mina lets go of B and turns back to the movies. All right, that's enough of that. B, help me at least pick one movie that'll be good for everyone. With Mina's back turned, B quickly stretches out her neck towards you. You don't get a chance to react as she leans in close, nearly brushing against your cheek as she whispers softly into your ear. Let's talk later. It's important. Her words carry an intensity that's never shown itself before. And then she turns away, smiling as if it was nothing of consequence. All right, let's get these sorted out. Mina immediately leans back into her, and the two resume shuffling through DVDs. You take this as your signal to leave. But as you do, B cranes her neck one last time and softly smiles at you, though you're still not entirely sure whether you're considered friend or prey. Who will you talk to next? Gokrita says, "Uh-oh, B, you can't say that. You gotta tell us now." Right? We're on the edge of our seats here. But the tension. Okay. Well, let's go talk to Ricky and Nanu, and then we'll get to the rest of it. You decide to head over and see how Nanu and Ricky's game of darts is going. Thought you said you were good at this. I am. I just have a little trouble focusing, that's all. You watch as Nanu flings a dart, and it hits the wall, right beside the dartboard. Oh, Nanu. Oh, no. Fortunately, it bounces clean off with a satisfying clink. Oh, thank goodness. So Milo's threat was a joke after all. That's what we would get for being in one of those soulless museum-looking mansions. It's impossible for them to ever feel lived in, for better or for worse. That's Ricky. In general, though, if you want to get better at aiming, you don't need to put so much force behind the throw. Just try it like this. Ricky takes a dart between his fingers and with a soft flick of his wrist, hits a bullseye. Man, Ricky's talented. So many games, says Black. Wow, Ricky, that was amazing. You make it look so effortless. It's just practice. When you're involved with a lot of sports, you get good hand-eye coordination. I tried getting into softball once, but every time I swung the bat, it would fly out of my hands. Oh, God. Nanu. Oh, Nanu. Oh, my heart. Oh, I love her so much. I think I hit my coach one time and I just couldn't bear to try again after that. Don't be so hard on yourself. Maybe you just need to find the right... Ricky stops and freezes in place when he notices that you've been listening in on the conversation. She was putting her all into those swings. Yes, she evidently was. It's really adorable. That's what it is. Hey, Mr. Shins, how's it going? Enjoying the party? That was a rather forced reaction. Mr. Shins, I'm so sorry again about what happened earlier. You notice Nanu has a new dart in between her fingers and your blood freezes. It's pointing right at you. Thankfully, Ricky preemptively plucks the dart out of Nanu's hand before the universe could make this girl fling it right between your eyes. Thank you, Ricky. Thanks, Ricky. I didn't even realize I was holding it. It's fine. Just be mindful of what you're carrying around. Nanu hangs her head low in resignation. Oh, poor Nanu. I just feel so bad that I hurt Mr. Shins. I know I can be a bit clumsy, but since there was glass involved, I can't just brush it off like usual. Can you find it in your heart to forgive me, Mr. Shins? I'm really trying not to be a bother to anyone. Really, I don't think you have to apologize. If I had to guess, you probably had nothing to do with the injury. All you did was bump into him, right? Even so, I feel terrible. You get the feeling that Nanu will continue to blame herself until you completely relieve her of any guilt. Though, whether you actually do that is up to you. It's fine, accidents happen. You need to register your clumsiness as a lethal weapon. I like a girl that could accidentally kill me. This is a mixed bag, isn't it? Cadmium just hit the keyboard. Cadmium, are you okay? Well, Mr. Shins, what will you do? I mean, I think I embarrassed her last time that I blatantly hit on her, and I don't want to make her feel awkward. So I'm just gonna say it's fine. It's fine. Accidents happen. Some people are just more accident prone than others. Dying in the sheets is not so bad. Yoshi! Yoshi! I know that you didn't mean anything by it, and you're clearly aware of it too. You're not causing mayhem on purpose, so don't beat yourself up over it. You mean you don't want a girl that can accidentally kill you? Zeta, I have to tell you, I already have one. And, oh, you know what? You're right. Actually, it is what I want. Oh, well. It's too late now. Nanu sniffles and then nods her head. Thank you. I'm happy that you didn't get a bad impression of me. I mean, if you're gonna go, says Cadmium. Camera slowly pans to Witter. Fair enough. But Witter's not clumsy. She's malevolent. So, you know. I was gonna say the same thing, Shins. Oh, okay. I didn't, by the way, between us, you guys, I did not say that Witter Shins was malevolent. She's not malevolent. I didn't mean that. What I meant was, you don't mess with her. That's what I meant. Witter slips on Shins with a knife constantly. Shins and Swiss cheese at this point. Yep. It's like the third one feels very shins to Witter. She's an emissary of the Fae. She is. She is. She absolutely is. And she has my name. I'm trapped. No, malevolent. Oh my God, Cadmium, you got me with that. Malevolent. Yeah, she's malevolent. I like it. I think that's what it is. There's already enough people that hate me for similar reasons, so really, it's such a relief this didn't end badly. One of these days, I'm gonna crash into someone and cause serious damage. I just know it. I think that most people wouldn't mind bumping into you, to be honest. Ricky, that was my line. Oh my God. And especially if it's from the front. With all that cushioning, it'd be impossible to cause any damage. That earns Ricky a playful smack from Nanu? Okay, when I hit on her, she was embarrassed. When Ricky does it, I see how it is. Random fun fact, the only other time I've ever heard the term malevolent is for the Yu-Gi-Oh card Malevolent Nuzzler. And actually I have no idea what the word means. Black, it's like, you know, evil intentions. Ricky, says O'Creatus. Ricky's just speaking what we're all thinking. Man, right in front of me. I'm not throwing myself onto people on purpose to make them feel nice. That doesn't change the fact that some people would probably like it regardless. You can confirm your earlier collision wasn't all that painful or unpleasant. Makes sense, says Black. But you respectfully keep that thought to yourself. No, I mean, Ricky did it. I think I should join in now. Anyways, I was admittedly a little nervous coming over here. Milo and Mina can rub people the wrong way sometimes, but you seem to be handling yourself well enough, Mr. Shins. Right, I mean, it sounds like you had a little bit of a rough awakening earlier, but now you're doing all right. More or less, I'd say. Ricky lets out a sigh of relief and flashes you a wide, toothy grin. Great, that's great. Doubly so since B seems to also be having a good time. I was a little worried that she might not even show up. Oh? It's news to you. Hello, Wittershins. We were not talking about you just a minute ago at all.
Oh, that doesn't sound suspicious in the slightest.
No, it's not. She heard us, says O'Creatus. Shaw, dude. Thank you, Black, for recognizing that I'm doing surfer voice. Shaw, dude, bro. All right. Yeah, I'll admit I was scared that I might have to deal with Mina all by myself tonight. Mal tends to be a prefix for something bad or evil with ill intent. Maleficent, malevolent, malicious, malady, etc. Shh, says Zeta. Okay, quiet down, you guys. Mistershins? Kratos, what are you saying? Yeah, I'll admit I was scared that I might have to deal with Mina all by myself tonight. But since B is here and in a good mood, I think that things are gonna go great. Witter! She just left again, Cadmium. She'll be back. Ricky nods and then looks over at you. I mean, if it was a bad thing that B showed up, that'd be a shame, right? Ricky's smile doesn't quite reach his eyes, and you get the feeling he's probing you for an answer. Well, you're here, so it'd be okay. Yeah, it'd be a shame? I'd manage. Good bot, Saribot. Okay, what do we choose here? I don't know. I kind of want to go with the it'd be a shame thing, but I don't want them to take me seriously because I don't want to say bad things about B. I don't even know what's going on. Just say I'd manage. Yeah, this is the one. So if it starts with Mal, it's not unlikely to be referring to something bad. Mistershins. I'd manage. You'd manage? Yeah, I mean, what do you expect me to do? It's a party. Even if something were to go down, I'm not gonna let one person's bad actions ruin a good time. Oh, yeah, I suppose that's fair. Why the confusion? It seems obvious. I don't think B would try and cause any problems, though. She's not exactly the troublemaker of our group. The last thing she'd want to do is bring others down. Yes, my evil twin, Cadmium. Yeah. Ricky rubs the back of his neck and shrugs. It'll all be fine, I'm sure. Despite that assertion, you can hear uncertainty in his voice. Nanu strokes Ricky's arm, which promptly shakes him out of his trance. You all right, Ricky? It's not like you to be so tense. Tense? Me? Come on, Nanu, I'm like the most relaxed dude around. I'm straight chilling right now. Maybe also a bit nervous about what Mina has planned for us. So half vibing, half worried, that's all. Oh, I get that. But in that case, the best we can do is distract ourselves, right? Wait, what is Mina gonna do? Listen to him, he's got surfer bro vibes, he's chilling. Let's finish our game here. I promise that within the next 5 hours, at least one of these darts will actually hit the target. You plan to keep going that long? Don't worry, you'll get one sooner than that. Maybe you'll even hit a bullseye. Just gonna throw a killer party, duh. Oh, you really think so? Then I can't afford to let you down. Despite that rather strange dip in the mood, you're glad it seems to have been restored. You slink away and leave those two to their game. Who will you talk to next? Milo and Vervain, of course. Milo. You decide to check on Milo and Vervain, who seem to have already moved on to a different business opportunity. Now to the Econ Bros. I just don't see the use in something like that. Seems redundant. I can assure you that it's not. Don't you know how many people order hot foods like pizza, breadsticks, and chicken wings? And yet cold foods are never an option. At best, you can get something like sodas, and that's not even food. The economy, says Zeta. A food delivery service that focuses on frozen and cold items is an obvious gap in the market. Don't you think it'd be kind of expensive? Pizza places deliver hot food because they just happen to deliver food that comes out of an oven. You probably need ice chests or something to keep things cold over a delivery. They're much more high maintenance. You're thinking too narrow-mindedly. Stop worrying about silly little details and expand your horizons. Let me set the scene for you. Imagine that you're craving ice cream but don't want to get off the couch. But you want some cold soup like gazpacho. I doubt gazpacho is popular enough to base an entire business model around. And if you're just going to deliver small cups and cones of ice cream, your earnings likely won't be enough to cover the cost of delivery and refrigeration. Besides, wouldn't there only ever be demand when it's hot outside? So your business would be profitable for what, 3 months a year? Milo stomps his foot on the ground in anger and presses a finger against Vervain's mouth. All I hear is naysaying from you. What are you, a horse? Naysaying, a horse. Get it? I love it. Oh my god. No, a vampire. Wasn't that obvious? You just don't see the big picture. Everyone loves ice cream, and people would be willing to eat it in winter if they didn't have to go outside in the cold. Even if it doesn't take off immediately, it's a worthwhile investment. Someone will innovate a way to make it profitable. That's how businesses work. Milo turns to you, realizing he's not going to get any positive affirmation for his idea from Vervain. Mr. Shins, you've been listening in. What do you think of the idea? A cold food delivery service sounds great, doesn't it? If the delivery drivers are as hot as you, then I'd use it every day. It needs work, but it could be feasible. You would never financially recover from this. Speak for yourself, Milo. My ass will get ice cream full in the dead of winter. That's Milo's point, right? It's Vervain that's against it. Okay, let's say it could be feasible. I'm not going to hit on him. I'm not into this economy bro personality. Sounds like you're the perfect person for the service then. Yeah, it could be feasible. We need to sell it to the cadmiums of the world. It needs work, but it could be feasible. I'd imagine you'd have the thin margin selling cold food, so it could be worth expanding it to more than just things like ice cream. Maybe you can pair it up with other cold things. People like cold beer, frozen vegetables, things like that. Sounds like a tough sell. Who wants to order ice cream, beer, and frozen vegetables all at once? But he's saying if they didn't have to go out in the cold. Now, I'd go out for it. Prefer it brought to me, but I get it. So they just need to set up shop near Cadmium, like near enough that Cadmium can walk, probably. I'm just saying that there's probably some way to workshop the idea into something more feasible. Probably. Maybe you could focus on frozen drinks or something? No! I need it to be ice cream at least. That's our mandatory staple. How else am I going to get my fix on that soft mint delicacy at midnight? Oh, is this what it's all about? Haha, walking in Pennsylvania. Very good joke. I'm sorry, Cadmium. Ah, there we go. The selfish root of your motivation rears its ugly head. What's that supposed to mean? Of course I have to be excited about my business. Of course I have to be excited about my business if I want to grow an empire. Now that you think about it clearly, couldn't you just order ice cream like normal? Delivery apps do deliver ice cream. Is there something that you're missing here? Well, let me tell you that I've got another idea cooking in the wings. You do. Can't talk too much about it, you know. The details are very hush-hush. But if all goes well, let's just say it'll be much easier to get a feline friend for all. What does that mean? A feline friend? Is this a cat service? As soon as Milo speaks, something in your mind flickers. And your mouth moves before your brain can catch up. Are you talking about Cat in a Box? Huh? What are you talking about? Cat in a Box. It's a not-for-profit organization that's about getting feral and abandoned cats off the street. Cadmium, thank you for the plane command. Thus keeping them from hunting local wildlife and giving them homes. Though there's also a bit of a loot box mechanic. Each cat comes with a flask of radioactive-looking goo that hides a collectible of varying rarity. So people are encouraged to adopt as many cats as possible to increase their chances at winning. How do you... But Cat in a Box isn't done yet. I mean, there are plans for it, but this was a top-secret project. How do you know about it? Who's your source? You're not sure. Loot box your cat, says Zeta. The information was just there in your head as though it were common knowledge. I don't know. What do you mean you don't? Milo bites his lip, though you can't tell if it's in anger or confusion. Very cute. For once I can get behind the motivation of one of your ventures, Milo. Though I really hope you will workshop that loot box angle. Milo shakes off whatever unease was clinging to him and grins. Anyways, my underrated ideas aside, how are you feeling, Verve? It's been a while, but you seem like the same guy, even without Nanu clinging onto your shoulder like a koala. She hasn't been too mean to you since the breakup, has she? No, she's been about as upset as I expected. So the normal amount of name-calling, threats, and tear-filled calls. Wow, the drama here. During the breakup itself, she tried throwing fruits at me, but she only ended up getting a bunch of fruit pulp and juice all over herself. Wow. It was a horribly sticky mess. Spilling the tea, right? Cadmium says, I'll put it this way, the most populated city is Philly with 1 to 2 million, and then the second is like 300,000. Then Allentown at 127K. My town, 4K. So, at least if you walk around, you don't run into anybody? Callus, thank you for the hydrate. Appreciate that. That must have been quite the sight. I think that lime juice looks best on her. She didn't feel very happy when I said that, though. But ultimately, it only proved it was for the best that we split. No fun. Most people would have a meltdown if they fumbled a hottie like Nanu. Where's the emotional turmoil, the regrets, the nostalgia for the good times? I did enjoy the good times, but we just weren't a good fit, so I was able to move on rather easily. That's heartless. Nanu said the same thing, but despite what my costume suggests, I still have warm blood and a beating heart. I only hope that Nanu understands that too one day. Fat chance, I'm pretty sure you're dead to her. But that's life. Or death. Milo turns to you and nudges Vervain with his shoulder. Still, that means you're an eligible bachelor, right? And you're bringing this up because... Take the hint, why don't you? Mr. Shins, be a pal and cheer up Verve here, will you? The guy might be a bit hard to talk to, but he can be funny every once in a while. Give him some hope that romance isn't completely out of the picture for him. Milo, this isn't necessary. I am completely fine with my love life as of this moment. Come on, be a pal, says Zeta. Oh, it looks like we have an ad break going. Did I miss the ad? I'm sorry, everybody. We're going to go ahead and pause here because the ad break started, and we'll be right back as soon as it ends. Welcome back, everyone. My apologies for not seeing the ad break go off there. So if you are behind the ad wall for about 30 seconds, you didn't miss much. It's just that Milo is, it looks like Milo is trying to get us to flirt with Vervain. But that's all. Be a pal. We're going to be a pal. Milo, this isn't necessary. I am completely fine with my love life as of this moment. And that's the problem. You need some zeal and hunger like a real vampire. You need to stalk the night for your next bite. Who knows, maybe you'll find someone special tonight. Vervain is having none of this. My bro fumbled Nanu. He needs something to cheer for. Yeah, you know what? You're right. But, you know, it sounds like he's sort of made peace with it. Like it wasn't, like they weren't right for each other. I volunteer. Who said that? So great. Oh, I love it. Vervain looks at you anxiously. Might as well give your honest thoughts about the man. He does seem like he can handle a lot. I've always had a thing for the cool and quiet types. Please bite me. Oh my. Sorry, you're just too blunt. Okay. Could this be misconstrued? Please bite me. No, I don't know. I don't know. Always had a thing for the cool and quiet types. I mean, sure it could, but also why not? Says Zeta. You're just too blunt. I don't want to call him blunt. He seems honest. I mean, he was a little blunt, but Mina was being rude to him. Mina and Milo were being rude. I'm gonna say the first thing. I've always had a thing for the cool and quiet types. Oh, well, Vervain blushes slightly and starts to play around with his shirt. I made him blush. You're welcome. Okay. Doom, I really seem quiet to people? You're already just taking for granted that you're cool? I'm glad you think I'm cool. It's not the point, though. Okay. Yeah, of course I am. I'm literally the coolest person here. Objectively, no one else has a costume as slick as mine. And B is really good at coming up with costumes, so that's saying something. You're saying that while standing right in front of me? Actually, I'm glad you brought it up. Where on earth did you get this hideous coat? You can't be serious. I'm dripped out on a whole other level, and you can't see that? It's possible my glasses are obscuring its appeal. Hold on.
Vervain removes his tinted shades and takes his time to wipe the lenses clean, like an elderly man tending to his beloved pocket watch. Then he squints at Milo, studying him intently from head to toe. Mr. Shin's getting possessed by Vervain there for a moment. I think I did, yes. Yeah, no. It's even worse in full color. Come on, your cropped baseball jacket with a cape abomination is supposed to be better? Yep. Your arrogance is baffling sometimes, you know that? You're just jealous. Mr. Shin's even confirmed that I was cool. Have you been called cool today? My outfit literally screams cool. He's a vampire, it comes naturally. That's where you're wrong. It screams washed out boy band member trying to stay relevant. You asshole. Now I see why you and Nanu broke up. You really are cruel. Vervain shrugs and puts his shades back on. Well, at least one person here sees my appeal. Regardless, anything can happen at a party, especially once a few drinks get involved. For better or worse, everyone here is single, so there's always a chance for romance to bloom in the air. Why are you so obsessed with romance? And mine in particular? Who said anything about you just now? I'm speaking generalities. And romance is fun, duh. You can be as aloof as you want, but you said yourself you got a heart in there somewhere. Why not let loose and enjoy some friendly company for once? And if you want to try and make it a competition, I bet that you won't be able to get a kiss before the clock hits midnight. You're on. Turns out Vervain is surprisingly easy to bait if you know the right buttons to push. Milo grins and then shoots you 2 finger guns. You're not sure how happy to feel about this. Actually, you start to wonder what time it is exactly, considering the full moon at full display behind Milo. It's late, that's for sure. You reach into your pocket and pull out your phone to check the time. Hey! Milo yelps at you and points at your phone with an incredulous look on his face. What the hell is that? Okay. I think we're in the past. You have no idea what the problem is, but you tuck it away to avoid incurring any more of Milo's rage. Sorry? Thinking on your feet, you steer the topic back on track. Milo, why don't you join in on the challenge with Vervain too? Why'd you think something like that? Who freaks out over a phone, Zeta? What? Very suspicious. I'm very suspicious right now. I think there's something going on with time here. All the retro decor that looks new. People freaking out at my phone. Milo's eyes squint at you with suspicion before easing back into a smile. I guess it wouldn't hurt to put Vervain in his place. In fact, we could end this competition right now, don't you think? Milo takes a step towards you and leans in. Oh my god, no! His eyes focus onto yours, his suggestive gaze beaming right into your soul. Kill him! Wait, kill him? Kill him? Kill him? Kill him? I don't want to kill him. I don't want to go for it. If I do nothing, I'm just going to let it happen? I mean, it says kill him. I'm not going to kill him. I'm going to do nothing. You steel yourself and decide to simply watch how this plays out, but Craig says, finish him. Craig, hello. Thank you for being here, sir. Vervain pulls Milo back by his collar. Thank you, Vervain. Well, hello and welcome, Shaq IT. I recognize you from the Captain's stream, I believe. Or maybe it's from Lex's stream. Thank you for being here. Okay, Vervain saved me from being assaulted here. Oh, what's the matter, Vervain? Getting cold feet now. It wouldn't be fun if it ended so fast. Shaq was in Blackstream. Ah, okay. Oh, it's probably Blackstream that I've seen Shaq. Well, Shaq, it's nice to see you here. Thank you for being here. Sure, whatever you say. Not like you were afraid that I was going to earn that victory right then and there. No matter, there's still plenty of time for me to earn that kiss. And you're right, it will be more fun to drag it out over the night. Milo winks at you and laughs. Seems like your diversion to lead Milo's attention away from your phone was successful, but why did that make him act up like that? It's just a regular smartphone. Right? He has seen a phone before. Right? Either way, not wanting to get caught up in another romantic twister, you split off from the two and leave them to their squabble. You've now had a chance to speak with all the other guests here at the party. They all seem like decent people at the very least. You still don't have answers to the questions plaguing your mind. The fact that you didn't make any progress at all is almost a little disheartening. You conclude you need a moment alone to collect your thoughts and make sense of everything that's happening. You step away from the party, eventually finding yourself back in the bathroom where you woke up. I love the filter that on the music here, so that it's kind of outside and not in the bathroom. That was a really nice effect. No progress at all. If only you kissed Milo, that'd be some progress in a sense. But it was, well, you're right. Are you right? Man, no progress. How did I manage to make no progress? I should have hit on Nanu. Oh well. Coming here again feels nostalgic, much like the decor of the whole house. No, I'm left. There's an odd comfort here. Maybe it's the muffled music, maybe it's the solitude, but right now you feel like you can focus. You sit down on the fish-covered toilet lid, close your eyes, and like many great bathroom philosophers before you, your porcelain throne helps you gather your thoughts. You woke up here in the cold bathroom, with a slight headache and no memory as to how you got here. Much of the decor is old-fashioned, as in the party's playlist. Oh, as is the party's playlist. It appears that it's a Halloween party. Everyone seems to know one another. More importantly, you are an accepted guest here too. You're no intruder or stranger that wandered into this party by accident. You were expected here, and still, why do you feel so foreign? Are any of these people your friends? You don't feel any particular bond with... No, that's not true. Something deep within you stirs. Someone here is very important to you. The feeling is complicated, but positive. Is it affection, friendship, respect, admiration? You can't pinpoint it exactly, but one of these people, you know that they're more than just an acquaintance. And just as similarly, you feel the inverse. Someone here is very important, but the feeling is negative. Is it hatred? Envy? Fear? Regret? It's hard to tell. You just know that it twists your heart and makes your guts churn. Why these complicated feelings? Are they related to that sense of déjà vu you had earlier? That would make sense. Perhaps it even ties back to that anxious knot that's been tightening itself over the course of the party. That dreadful feeling that something has happened, that something is happening, that something will happen. No matter how much you rack your brain over it, you don't understand what it means. Tree, hello, nice to see you. Thank you for being here, Tree. How could something cause you so much stress in the past, present, and future? And why can't you remember anything? You shake your head and try to think about other things, other oddities that might explain the situation. The first thing that pops into your head is the movies that Bee and Mina were sorting through. They were classics, horror films that were etched onto DVDs and VHS tapes. Not a single more recent one. Nobody uses that kind of media nowadays. You'd have to search far and wide to find physical media from the 90s and early 2000s. Tree says, I'm just lurking for a bit, my friend Tree. Thank you for being here. I hope you lurk well. Let alone a DVD and VHS player required to play them. Moreover, why were they using a CRT television? Nina and Milo seem to be affluent enough to afford a high-quality television of modern quality, especially since televisions aren't especially expensive nowadays. Tree, thank you for shouting out cadmium. Then again, that was a good-looking CRT. If they were going to splurge on a CRT, they definitely picked a good refurbished one. But is it really worth all that trouble just to watch old movies on the proper kind of television? It seems so beneath them. CRTs are the wave. How else are we going to play Melee, right? I've actually been looking intently at CRTs lately. I might get one again. The last one I had, I left on like the corner of a sidewalk with a free sign on it. I have regrets. They're so expensive now. I feel like you're getting closer to the truth. A lantern of insight guiding you along the way. You decide to think about one of the odd reactions from Milo when you and Vervain were talking. When you pulled out your phone, Milo was shocked and asked what it was. Odd, considering that smartphones are probably more ubiquitous than computers, not to mention that Milo seems like the type who would live for social media. You take out your phone and inspect it. It's a normal smartphone, nothing strange about it. No odd colors, markings, stickers, cracks, nothing. It's a plain smartphone. Almost a bit too plain, actually. Now you start feeling a little insecure. In any case, why did Milo make such a big fuss about it? Treating it like an obscure object. You notice suddenly that your phone has no connection or signal at all. No local internet, no 5G, 4G, or even 3G. It's little more than a flashlight, camera, and paperweight in this state. You wonder if maybe you're in an airplane mode for some reason. But no, there's just no signal to speak of. But with your phone right in your hands, a new idea strikes you. Maybe your photos or text messages can tell you more about yourself and the people here. No, geez, how sad. The terrible state of affairs. You press the home button, ready to enter your passcode. But then it hits you that you don't remember it. Fantastic. Perhaps more concerningly, there's no record of calls or texts on the phone when you try to scroll through the unlock screen. It's as if it's been wiped clean. There's momentum picking up. You can feel yourself coming closer and closer to a conclusion. You think about the outfits that all the guests are wearing. Bees and Vervains were not that surprising. A wolf and vampire fairly common costumes for a Halloween party. But what about Milo, Mina, Nanu, and Ricky? Exactly what were their costumes or outfits supposed to be? Mina's looked like a teen starlet from the early 2000s, while Milo could be her contemporary boy band member. Ricky, maybe he's trying to impersonate a skateboarder? Those were much more popular around that time too. Nanu's is arguably the strongest. It looks almost like a space outfit, but in the style of those neo-futuristic games and television shows. And it matches with the bright pastel look of the house too. All of that can't just be a coincidence, can it? There was an odd moment where you recalled something. The cat in a box program that Milo said didn't exist yet. But you're sure that you've heard of it. You're not sure from where or from who, yet the fact remains that you were able to recall specific details about it. Details that Milo confirmed were true. A program that he's in charge of running that doesn't actually exist yet. How is that possible? One idea pops into your head, but no, it couldn't be. You feel like you're on the tip of realizing the truth. Everything is pointing towards one simple, but at the same time utterly implausible fact. However, your brain is slowly inching towards facing it. The only thing that's missing is concrete proof. You stand up from the toilet and look around. There must be a clue around here somewhere. Can I look around? If your hunch is right, then it shouldn't be hard to find. You survey every part of the room, all the little knickknacks strewn about, and then you spot it. Your proof is staring at you from right next to the toilet. A rack of newspapers, including a newspaper article dated for today. An article talking about the potential fears and problems of a Y2K bug, and how it could potentially cause Armageddon if not handled properly. Dated October 31st, 1999. This wasn't an old dilapidated paper. This was fresh. It was new. It was likely delivered today. No, the Y2K, says Cadmium. Oh, not the Y2K. The horror. You slowly force yourself to accept the incredible situation you found yourself in. Even though it should be unbelievable, instead, everything finally starts to make the tiniest bit more sense. You don't know how exactly, or why, or what caused it, but you know without a shadow of a doubt that you've been transported back in time. To Halloween in 1999. The anxious knot in your chest loosens. You finally allow yourself to let go of this guilty feeling of being a hostile intruder. I'm just a wee cadlet at this time, says Cadmium. Oh, baby Cadmium. It's adorable. Even if you don't belong in this time, now you can work from within it instead of against it. Finding all the other truths behind your circumstances should come a lot. Finding all the other truths behind your circumstances should come a lot easier. Clearly, you were sent back in time to. You're actually still not sure what you're supposed to do. In fact, you suspect that this might not even be the first time you've been sent back. Finally, all the mind-bending sci-fi mysteries you've consumed might actually come in useful. A strange mix of familiarity and strangeness, sensing danger, but facing it with vague nihilism. Based on everything you've felt so far, you brave another conclusion building on the first. Could it be that you're stuck in a time loop, forced to repeat the same night until something happens? That would explain that mantra that echoes in your head, that something has happened, that something is happening, that something will happen. Some event happened in the past, it's likely happening again, and if things don't change, it will happen again in a future loop over and over and over. Still, exactly what is it that you need to do to escape out of this? Normally, this is the point where you get some kind of information transfer from past loops, but that hasn't happened. Maybe this is the first loop, or considering that your phone was wiped, is it just not time yet? Or maybe your brain will only unlock information after certain points, like triggers. If that's the case, you'll have to fumble around a bit and see if maybe that unlocks some key memories. Crude, but if you're right about this, you've got endless time to work with. Still, it'd be better to go out there with a plan at least. Maybe if you talked with some key people from the party. B did say that she had something important to talk to you about. That sounds like a good lead, but it's also potentially a trap. Cadmium says, I apparently hid somewhere outside and my parents nearly sent out an Amber Alert because I didn't come out despite hearing people calling for me? Cadmium, why would you do that? Oh, baby Cadmium. Such trouble. You know, you have a bad feeling about someone here. Best not to assume that every friendly face is an ally. Another potential option would be to talk with Milo. He seems to be up to date with the love lives or just general lives of the other guests here. Maybe there's something there that needs to be resolved. He could help pinpoint you in the right direction. And the last promising candidate would be Nanu. It's quite possible her hazardous aura causes some kind of horrible accident that needs to be prevented. Cadmium. Ultimately, you can't always come back to this point and try again if you fail. You probably already have, considered you're back here anyway. You may as well accept that you're going to screw this up somehow, but you'll figure it out eventually. I love this quantum leap setup. This is amazing. Now, let's find a way out of this loop. That's right, you'll screw it up no matter what. So might as well have fun with it. Okay, so we can't speak with Milo yet. That's not an option. So it's either B or Nanu. I think I want to speak with B because she said she had something to tell me. Even though she was the first one that came to your mind, you still can't help but feel suspicious of her. Be my queen, says Ocreatus. Her kindness has been appreciated, but you also sense that there's some more to it. Oh, that there is more to it. You will be able to speak with her later. Zeta, I appreciate your puns so much. Can I say this? What if she's just a wolf in sheep's or, well, also in wolf's clothing? Maybe it's for the best if you don't get involved. At least, not this time around. Oh, okay. Then we're going to speak with Nanu. You decide that you'll bravely take the risk of injury and check on Nanu. I try, says Zeta. You leave the bathroom and head back over to the dartboard where you last saw her. She's still there, rapidly firing off darts by herself at the target, with most of them missing by extremely wide margins. It's almost impressive that she can't even manage to... Ah, no way! She cheers when one of the darts manages to actually hit the outer ring of the dartboard. I have posted my B too. It's genuinely crazy, says Cadmium. Ricky, I finally got one! She turns to high-five a Ricky that isn't there, and therefore naturally ends up smacking you in the face. Oh, what? You were here? I'm sorry. Ouch, that one's gonna leave a mark. Mina snickers as she steps up to inspect the imprint left on your face. Don't worry, your face is still in one piece. You're not bleeding this time, I promise. Really making it hard to fight those assault charges. You're lucky that Mr. Shin seems to be fine with getting slapped around by you. Progress, says Zeta. I'm not trying to do it on purpose. Maybe Mr. Shins is a masochist and is hoping that you'll just keep hurting him. Mina looks at you, clearly expecting you to follow up on that. What if I am? We're gonna follow Ricky's example, all right? Don't hurt me, I'm fragile. I usually like to do the hurting. Oh my god. What if I am? What if I am? Would you step on me, Mina? The two of them look at you wide-eyed at your embarrassing declaration. Yes! Progress! This is progress. Well, what are they going to say to the... I feel like I stepped in it here. That's the spirit, Zazina. Okay. Good. I'm glad we've got the spirit of this. Oh, you really are into that kind of thing, huh? I was just messing around, but... Mina grins and pokes you with her finger. I'm sure that we can arrange something. Mina, you can't be serious. You can't step on people. What? I just need to break in some new heels, maybe break them on someone. It's not a problem if Mr. Shins is willing to let me make sure that they're sturdy, right? It might just be your imagination, but does Nanu look envious? Who knew that there were so many people happy to cause you suffering? Now you just have to figure out if it's in a good way or in a bad way. What's going on here? B appears, likely curious about the commotion from your titillating conversation. Oh, we're just having some fun, B. Mina bats her eyelashes at you. Wow, did I inadvertently get... Oh my god. A little flirtatious fun. Our new addition here is a joy to be around. Oh, is that so? Now, don't pout, you two. Mina pinches Nanu's cheek and wiggles it around a little. Baby, says Cadmium. Don't blame me just for being confident. If you want something, take it. People are things to be taken. Mina lets go of Nanu's cheek and gives it a gentle pat. That's what you think. That's what makes you soft. She then moves to wrap her arms around B. And there's no need for you to be jealous, B. I'm not going anywhere, all right? B winces a little, and you swear there's almost something akin to a frown on her face, but it quickly smooths out into a smile, and she laughs. It's all right, some people like soft. Yeah, that makes sense to me. All right, now you're the one that's acting clingy. Oh, did I hear that right? Wow, I get it. You don't want me around anymore. I can take the hint. Mina detaches herself from B and dramatically steps away, feigning heartbreak. I will have to go and deal with this sorrow the only way I know how. By downing a whole bunch of candy eyeballs. And then, once my stomach and heart are full, she blows a kiss towards you. I'll be back in full strength to keep this party rolling. Don't miss me for too long. Mina frolics away, leaving the three of you alone. What an exit. That diva costume certainly suits her. True, even though it's not even that different from how she dresses usually. Anyway, I came to let you know we finally decided on a movie, so we'll probably get started on that soon. As for me, I have to go to the bathroom. Did she have to announce that so loudly? She realizes her voice carried a bit more than she intended and quickly covers her mouth. I guess now all the guys know too. Sorry, don't know why I was howling like that. Isn't it a full moon tonight? Maybe your animal instincts are taking over. You could be onto something. Watch out, if the moonlight touches me, I might just transform. It is a full moon, says Zeta. She laughs and heads off towards the bathroom, leaving you and Nanu alone. Bee's real nice, isn't she? Compared to Mina, it's like night and day. I'm so glad she and Ricky are around. They kind of help balance things out. Well, we're all just human. Everyone has their own flaws. That might just be the one thing all of us have in common. Now might be a good time to get some information about the other guests. Or you can flirt. Flirting is always a valid option. I'm more interested in you. Why do you let Mina walk all over you? Ricky seems like a good guy. Okay. Flirting is always a valid option. It's like, it's as if the writer is right here. You know what? After the thing happened with Ricky, I don't want to miss any chances. How have we just made two entirely unrelated werewolf coded bees? It just happened, Cadmium. Okay. I mean, it's really strange, but I'm a fan. We're linked. You guys are linked. I'm more interested in you. Really? Nanu starts playing around with her hair. I'm not all that interesting. I'm not even sure where I'd even start. Well, why don't you just tell me what you do for a living? Oh, I'm training to become a chiropractor. This woman, a chiropractor in training? It can't possibly be the right career path. Cracking people's backs and necks for a living? Actually, on second thought, that might just be the perfect job for her. Maybe her accident-prone lifestyle would mean she'd accidentally find some new method of relieving people's pain. She could revolutionize the field. Probably by running into them in high speeds and contorting their bodies. I know what you're thinking. You think that just because I'm a klutz, I couldn't possibly be good at medicine, right? Well, you're not wrong. I have to really focus to make sure that I don't make mistakes or hurt people. But I'm making progress, and it's a passion of mine to be able to help without causing harm. I thought maybe I could try being a vet, and then animals would be easier, but it was the exact opposite. They're so tiny and fragile. Even I had to admit to myself that it was just an accident waiting to happen. Still, it was kind of nice working with little fluffy friends for a bit. Oh, right! You probably don't know this, but it's how I actually reconnected with Milo. He came by one of the animal shelters that I was volunteering at, and I made an impression on him. I guess he really can be good at what I do. Progress is only running into someone at full speed with drinks and not killing anyone, says Zeta. Milo, going to an animal shelter? You truly can never judge a book by its cover. That said, Nanu's face beams as she talks about her charity work. It's clearly a passion for her. You could easily stare at her adorable face like this, especially since she doesn't seem to be causing any problems at the moment. But yeah, I'm hoping to finish up my... Eep! I committed to the eep. The conversation comes to an abrupt halt when everything suddenly goes pitch black. Nanu yelps and flails around in the darkness. You hear the unpleasant screech of wooden furniture scraping against the floor, followed by a grunt, and then... a squishy warmth envelops your arm. Despite the odds being stacked against her, Nanu managed to find her way back to you to steady herself. Cadmium, thank you for the plane command. What's going on? Why'd the lights go out? Sheesh, it was already hard enough moving around, even when I could see where I was going. Well, if she simply stood still, she wouldn't have to flail around for something to hold on to. Still, this is odd. Not only have the lights gone out, but so has the music. It seems that there's been some kind of power outage. But it doesn't appear to be storming outside, so what caused it? Ricky, Milo, Mina, any of you knew what's going on? I'm good, just lost in the dark. Same here. Everyone just stay calm. While you can't see them, it's reassuring to hear Ricky and Vervain's voices from another corner of the spacious living room. Please stay put, Nanu. We wouldn't want you to trip over anything and cause even more chaos. I wouldn't trip. Why can't you just... Sure enough, the moment Nanu takes an indignant step out into the darkness, she slips on... something. Hold hands, this has happened before. We're not raiding, Captain. She slips on something and violently grabs a hold of you to keep herself from falling. You catch yourself but feel Nanu's weight pulling you closer to her. You don't have to even see her face to know that Nanu is blushing in embarrassment. Whoa, it's pitch dark in here too. What's going on? I don't know, maybe our amazing technological display used up too much power? Shouldn't be too much of an issue to fix. Next you hear Milo and Bee's voices. Similar to Vervain and Ricky, they're spread out, but not too far away. What are you bumbling about for? Then go do it before someone gets hurt. All right, everyone, just stay still. Let's not make this more chaotic than this needs to be. B gets it. I got us all covered. I'll find my way to the power box and see if... Ah! Who's that? What? What are you screaming about, Milo? There's someone else here. Huh? What do you mean someone else? I don't know. It's just... Wait. Is it one of you guys? Come on, this isn't funny. Nope. What's with that weird mask? A mask? Someone's wandering around in the darkness wearing a mask. Milo, calm down. Tell us what's happening. Who's there? Is it an intruder? Are you in danger? I don't know. I'm sure as hell not going to stay to find out. What? But Milo, you're the only one that knows where the power box is. Wait, where's Mina? Maybe she could... Mina's screaming. Mina's sudden shriek adds to the rapid sense of growing panic. Though her voice did sound a bit off. Yes, it was a scream, but it sounded strange. Now we've got chaos. Mina, hold on. We're coming. Shit, I keep bumping into things. Do you rich people really need like 50 different coffee tables in every corner? What are you? Stay back. Help. Mina's voice erupts in terror once again, this time sounding a lot more urgent. Wait, I think that definitely came from the kitchen. The moment you're given a clear destination, you're pushed out of your passive trance. You recall that near useless phone of yours. Near, because right now it can actually come in handy. You pull it out of your pocket and turn on the flashlight, rushing towards the direction of the scream. Wait, don't move so fast! Nanu continues to cling on to you as you blitz through the darkness. Thanks to the light, you're able to avoid bumping into furniture and decorations and are able to navigate your way to where Mina's voice came from. You find yourself in the kitchen and see two figures in the shadows. You lift your phone and shine the light to see Mina, her outfit cut up and covered in blood, a terrified visage on her face, and a cut on her cheek. And a masked intruder right in front of her. Nanu's grip on your arm tightens, and you can feel her trying to pull you away. Who are you? The masked figure does not respond, instead simply turning to face you, tilting their head curiously. Then you see it, the bloody knife in their hand, and they're waving it in your direction. Fun fact, you can use your mouse here as a flashlight, but we can't get... we can't illuminate them. There's the cut though. Blood. Terrible. Is all that blood from the cheek? Where's all the blood from? Well, yeah, that'd spoil the fun, of course. Your heart starts to race. Sweat rolls down your brow. The masked figure takes a step towards you, again waving the knife in your direction. Absolute darkness has entered the chat. Yes, indeed. Mr. Shins, we need to run! Nanu hisses in your ear as she takes a wobbly step backwards. Fleeing is tempting. You're not excited about the idea of trying to take on this masked assailant unarmed, but at the same time, Mina is still in the kitchen, cornered and already injured. Questley, hello! The mask is made of Vanta Black, and so is the rest of them. Questley, thank you for being here. If you run now, there's a good chance you'd just be leaving her for dead. Considering all this, well, we fight. Good. I feel like this is the right choice anyway. You decide to stay and fight off the intruder. Nanu, run! Huh? You don't mean to... You give her a stern look to assure her your mind is set. Okay, I'll look for the others. Nanu pushes herself off you and escapes into the hallway. We've got plans for later, but for now, enjoy the fight, says Zeta. Now it's just you and the intruder. Of course, you're not foolish enough to fight empty-handed and look around for a weapon to defend yourself with. You spy a rolling pin on a nearby counter. Without hesitation, you pick it up and start swinging at the masked assailant. The masked person is caught off guard by your charge, but barely manages to hop backwards to avoid being hit. Ugh! A muffled grunt escapes from the mask as they collide with the dining table. On top of that, you've now successfully secured your position between them and Mina. You take the opportunity to swing at them again, but this time they're already prepared to leap away from you. And then they flee into the darkness. Questley, I'm having a good night. I hope you're having a good night as well. I just avoided being murdered with a rolling pin. I mean, by using a rolling pin in my defense. I'm very excited. You consider chasing after them, but remember that they still have a knife. Scaring them away might have already been enough, and you'd rather not test your fate a second time. More importantly, you check on Mina, who had been too stunned to speak during the brief confrontation. You did it. You used a rolling pin to save the night, says Zeta. Are you okay? What happened? Who was that? Are you okay is first priority. Are you okay? Considering all the blood, she's probably severely injured, but it wouldn't hurt to verify how she's feeling. Surprisingly, Mina only brings her hand up to the cut on her cheek. I'm all right. It's just a cut. I wonder if she minds me shining this flashlight in her face. Despite it being just a cut, she seems extremely shaken. It's possible that she's in shock. She might not even register that she's bleeding from other injuries. But where? Where's she bleeding? Did she get stabbed in the abdomen somewhere? It doesn't look like it. St. Coelacanth, hello. I hope you are having a well-textured night. Thank you for popping in, sir. I'll be okay. You take a hold of Mina's hand and try to lead her out of the kitchen. After all, that masked person is still out there somewhere, and clearly seems to have it in for Mina. You need to find a safe place for her to hide. It might be easier to see stuff if you hid the UI. Oh, this is kind of cool, just looking around the background. Hey, quit pulling me so hard. I can walk just fine, you know. Even if she says that, the adrenaline is bound to wear off eventually, and then she'll be suffering from intense pain. With your phone already in your hand, you briefly activate the screen to check the signal. But of course, still nothing. Oh, Creatus, I will accept the hydrate. Thank you. Save Mr. Shins! Cell towers weren't nearly as widespread in 1999, or your phone might simply be too advanced to connect with them. Either way, calling for help is off the table for now. You'd love to attempt treating Mina yourself, but as long as the intruder might still be in here, making sure no one else gets hurt is your top priority. We need to get you to a safe hiding place. Are you serious? I'm fine. I don't need to hide. You want to get sliced up again? Let's be realistic here. I'm just worried for you. You want to get sliced up again seems good. But a little harsh, considering she might be in shock and stuff. And, well, she's kind of like, maybe she's the kind of person that will respond to this kind of thing. If I say I'm just worried for you, I think that, I don't know. Is she going to respond to that? Scientific fact, knife-wielding maniacs are known to emit a field that shuts off all electronics at a 10-meter radius. The power is known as cut the power. This power is known as cut the power. Totally checks out. I'm gonna yell at her. You don't want to get sliced up again. No, but then we need to make sure that you're somewhere safe. We don't know who that is or what their plan is, but they were clearly trying to cause harm to you, and maybe even others. Mina grumbles, but doesn't argue back. DBD vibes. Oh, Dead by Daylight. If they didn't catch me off guard like that, I could have kicked their ass. Sure, but they did get the drop on you, and they still can. Do you know a good place where they won't find you? Instinctively, Mina lowers her voice down to a whisper. Well, we could try my room. Might be an obvious place to specifically go look for me, but there are a lot of decent hiding spots in there, at least. Sounds like a plan. Do you know how to get there? Duh, I live here. If I could go pee in the middle of the night, I can sure as hell find my room when it's right in front of me. Immediately, Mina clasps her hand in front of her mouth, too late to undo her sudden outburst of sass. Still, Mina takes just a few steps forward and triumphantly swings open a door. Turns out her room is the first one down the hall. She slips inside, but leaves the door ajar, waiting for you to join after her. The sass will get you killed, says Zeta. Are you coming too? You aren't planning on fighting that masked weirdo, are you? I'll do whatever I can to keep everyone safe. I'm just going to find another place to hide. I'll just scare them off. But I'm the only one with the rolling pin. Is anybody else armed? I think it might be up to me to fight off the maniac with the knife. Who else has a rolling pin? It's just me. I'll do whatever I can to keep everyone safe. If that means fighting, then I'll fight if it comes down to it. Maybe don't, though. Don't fight? Why? Fighting is certainly better than all of us being picked off one by one. Maybe she's simply concerned that you're a bad fighter. You'll have to beat them up with your trusty rolling pin. I'm serious, don't fight them. You're just going to get hurt, so just scare them off like you did before, for good this time. Okay. I'll pick that option if it presents itself. I'll be careful. Good, well, make sure everyone else is okay. I'll just be here. Scream if they show up again. I will, and thanks. Mina closes the door and you're left alone with an ominous stillness. Man, I could see that thanks hurt her. God. You haven't heard any screams or cries for help in a while. Did the others escape? Or are they hiding? Man, someone forgot to bring their shotgun, right? Yeah, who's got the shotgun? Maybe they were attacked and silenced? The thought makes you shiver. Paranoid, you sway your phone's flashlights towards the other end of the hall. Then, a thought pops into your head. You idiot. The light makes you a target. It might help you see, but the masked assailant would spot you from a mile away. I mean, it's not too late, says Zeta. Wait, we could get a shotgun? Okay, gotta find the shotgun. The last thing you want to do is make yourself an easy mark. Reluctantly, you turn off the light and creep through the halls. Your senses are on edge, trying to make out any movement in the shadows, any sound in the silence. One wrong move, and that bloody blade could end up plunged in your back. Or maybe your front. Not like you'd see them coming. Then again, does it matter for you? Surely, if you die, you'll probably just loop back to the start. You'd at least know how to dodge an attack if that were the case. You could think of it as a learning opportunity. Though you haven't had any recollection since looping back. Maybe this really is your first loop. Or you're missing information. Dying is just a learning opportunity, like in a game. But are we in a game? It's a big jump to assume that we're in a game. If that's the case, then maybe you... A sharp force grips your shoulder and you nearly yelp out in terror. What the hell are you doing? B pops up from behind you, glaring daggers into your eyes. Her voice is hushed, but you can still hear her harsh tone being pointed at you. Trying to hide from the masked intruder. I'm hunting the masked intruder. I'm just kind of wandering around. Well, I'm not trying to hide. This would be dishonest. I'm trying to find the masked intruder. I'm going to hit them with my rolling pin. I'm hunting them. This is what I'm doing. Now that she's here questioning me, it feels silly, but here we are. Hello, welcome back, sir. I'm hunting the masked intruder. You're hunting them? Yeah, I nearly whacked them with a rolling pin. Next time they won't be so lucky. The sooner they're apprehended, the sooner everyone will be safe. You're joking, right? You don't really mean that, do you? Of course I do. B looks at you uneasily, and then takes a cautious step backwards before sighing. That's really risky of you to do. I don't think that it'd be a good idea to get into a fight with whoever this masked person is. It probably won't end well. Ow! Suddenly, B winces and grabs her shoulder. Oh no, are you all right? What happened? I got attacked by that masked person earlier too. I was able to avoid getting hit with a knife, but they socked me in the shoulder real hard. I'll be okay. I think that's just a bruise. Oh, I think that it's just a bruise. She massages the spot of the injury. Hey, what are you... Ricky's voice cuts through the darkness and his shaded figure appears beside the two of you. Oh, it's just you. Why are you shouting? Are you crazy? Huh? But now you're yelling too. Anyways, I thought... Ricky looks around, probably keeping an eye out for the masked assailant. Could have sworn they went around here. You two didn't... We haven't seen anyone, if that's what you're about to ask. Unless you did, Mr. Shins. You shake your head. Even when you lit up the entire hallway earlier, there was absolutely no one else in sight. Oh, well, maybe I just lost them then? I ran into them upstairs a short while ago and tried to tackle them, but I lost them when they did some ridiculous peekaboo trick with the doors. This floor plan is so confusing. I swear I would have had them dead to rights otherwise. Really? That's all it took to outsmart you? Ahem. But seriously, you're lucky that ended well, Ricky. We don't know who or what we're dealing with. Scooby-Doo-esque escape. That is what it sounded like. Oh, I have a good idea. Really? Ricky crosses his arms over his chest and nods. Yeah, probably some kind of burglar if I had to guess. Duh, I mean, that makes the most sense, right? They definitely targeted the perfect home for that. I guess it's a bit weird they showed up while the party was still in full swing. Why not wait until we leave or go to sleep? Well then, my other guess is someone specifically has it out for our beloved twins. I think that's more likely. They seem more focused on attacking Mina than trying to grab any valuables. Now that you think back on it, that masked person didn't even make an attempt to harm you. They simply waved the knife at you as if it were a warning. Maybe they really were dead set on just harming Mina. Then again, it's too early to guess the motives of this maniac. I see. Then there's a good chance they'll go after her again. Right. We need to find the others and make sure that they're okay. I'd love to do a wacky chase scene like that, says Zeta. I can't wait to ask you about that later. Have you seen or heard from anyone else? No. I heard everyone talking earlier. Milo freaked me out, so I ran away. I heard Mina screaming, and then a whole bunch of crazy stuff happened. After that, it's been quiet, and I was just hiding until I spotted Mr. Shins wandering around. I told Nanu to go and hide too. She's probably somewhere safe. Hopefully. And Mina's safe for sure, don't worry. So, nothing from Vervain or Milo then? Nope. I haven't heard or seen them since the lights went out. Well, let's not leave it up to chance. Personally, I like our odds if we're in a group like this. Even if the masked person is hiding in the shadows, I don't think they'll try and take us on 3-1. So if we could just herd together all 7 of us, they wouldn't stand a chance. Yeah, you're right. Honestly, if we could just get the lights back on, that'd make things so much easier. Yeah, wandering around in the dark and whispering only helps the robber or whatever. They must have cut the power before making an appearance. Hey, might be a long shot, but I could try getting the power back on. Before Milo got scared off by the intruder, I saw him heading towards the pantry next to the kitchen. So maybe the breaker is around there. Besides, Mina's invited me over a few times. I'm pretty sure I could find my way back there without any issues. You feel a twinge of worry. Is it really a good idea to leave her alone to turn the power back by herself? Can I come with you? We should all go together. No, it's too dangerous. Turning the lights on is a good idea. We should all go together. It'll be safer if we all went as a group, right? We literally just talked about the advantages of teaming up. Oh, you're right. I just thought it would be more efficient since then you could already start looking for the others. Yeah. I think that it'll probably be fine for her to go alone. Ricky, you are not helping. From the sounds of it, this masked person is busy trying to find specific people, maybe hunting them down. They didn't want to fight me, and they clearly ran away from you, Mr. Shins. Well, I had a rolling pin. By that logic, I don't think they'd bother with B. It's more important for us to ensure Mina and Milo are safe, since they're the likely targets. But B got attacked too. Well, I don't think that I was being hunted, though. I was trying to see who that masked person was, and when I got in their way, that's when they attacked.
Clearly the solution is everyone needs to be armed with a rolling pin, right? Where's the rolling pin storage facility?
They left me alone once I staggered away. Otherwise, they would have obviously just finished me off then, right? I really don't think that B was a target, just an obstacle. So please, let's stop arguing and start getting stuff done. B, lights on. Us two, finding people. Right. Don't worry. I'll be careful. You still feel a pang of guilt letting B head off on her own. Perhaps this is for the best. You feel like you can trust her to keep herself safe.
Man, I don't know. I don't know about this. B's gonna die. What if B gets murdered? That's gonna be on us. All right, our pre-roll has just gone off, so I'm gonna go ahead and run the next ad break. Sorry to anybody that's behind the commercial wall, but I will see you just 180 seconds. Welcome back, everyone. Zeta has grabbed some clementine, cranberry sparkling water. I'm so glad that you have a good drink. I got a Coke Zero myself. I gotta say, I am really enjoying this. This is so suspenseful. There's so much mystery. There's time travel. Really awesome. Glad to hear it. Yes, I'm so glad that we're playing this game. Sprite cranberry. Word. Well done. We should do a drink check. What's everybody drinking right now? All right. You still feel a pang of guilt letting B head off on her own. But perhaps this is for the best. You feel like you can trust her to keep herself safe. I don't, though. But oh well, we're doing it. Bye, B. I hope you had a nice life. Work has Dr. Pepper for National Dr. Pepper Day. Is it National Dr. Pepper Day, really? Water and non-alcoholic apple cider. Apple cider is the bomb. Everybody's got good drinks. That's good. Thank you for hanging with me through the ad. Appreciate you all. Let's keep going here. She flashes you a thumbs up and then scuttles off into the darkness. Meanwhile, Ricky takes the lead and quietly steers the two of you in the opposite direction. Ricky, if you're behind this, I'm going to be so pissed. If B dies, I can and will riot. Right, Cadmium? Riots. This place is pretty big. There are a lot of hiding places to consider. Oh, well, says Zeta. There's no need to overthink things. Knowing Milo, I bet that he's just hiding in his room. As for Vervain and Nanu, I'm not sure where they'd scurry off to. Normally, this is where I'd say to look for a trail of broken glass or toppled furniture, but it's hard to find that in the dark. I'm with you, Cadmium. All right. We're gonna see what happens. On that note, though, watch your step. If Nanu hasn't found somewhere safe to hide at this point, her unnatural clumsiness would probably give her away. So it wouldn't hurt to keep an ear out. You follow Ricky and peek into a few rooms, quietly calling out for Nanu, Vervain, and Milo. But you don't get any response. Eventually, the ominous quiet starts to make you worry. The light should have turned on by now. What's taking B so long? She's dead, Ricky. She's dead. You killed her. You killed her, Ricky. Okay, I gotta calm down. But I haven't heard any screams or anything, so she's probably still okay. Hopefully. Did she get lost? She seemed fairly confident that she could find her way in the dark. Callus, thank you for the hydrate. Maybe she was ambushed and didn't get a chance to call out for help. The pang of guilt starts to well up in your throat again. Hey, you promised that Mina's in a safe place, right? Nothing's gonna happen to her, right? You can't be 100% certain, but Mina sounded fairly confident that her own room would be good enough. But how does Mina know? But she can tell that Ricky is desperate for some kind of assurance. No harm is going to come to her. I can't lie to him. I don't know what's going to happen. I did what I could to keep her safe. I don't know. This is the honest answer.
Kigyo Dev, hello and welcome. I made it. Hey everyone, you guys, Kigyo Dev, one of the developers on this game. Thank you for joining us. I don't know is the answer. For me, this is the answer. I don't know. You answer earnestly. Ricky winces and then continues moving through the darkness. Maybe you should roll Ricky to help him. Rickroll? Are you telling me to Rickroll him, Questley? Wise, you can't adjust the thermostat right now. Hello, Wise.
I was hoping for something more concrete, you know?
Yeah, I know, Ricky, but you don't get it. You don't, life isn't fair. You don't always get what you want.
But I guess nobody can be certain about anything.
I mean, that's going a little far, but about this, yeah. You can hear hurt and pain in his voice.
See that? Worried over Mina? Or maybe just the situation in general?
Sometimes the jokes just write themselves. I'm doing well, Wise. I hope you are well.
Either way, you hope that even despite your uncertainty that Mina gets out of this mostly unscathed.
I mean, she already got cut.
Anyway, I think this is Milo's room. Hopefully someone's in there.
Ricky quietly pushes the door open and steps inside.
You both search around in the darkness for any sign of life. Milo? Vervain? Nanu? Anyone in... Ah! A shadow launches out from under the bed. Ow, what the heck? It was Nanu poking halfway out of the bed.
It did say mostly. You're right, Cadmium.
Nanu, what is...
Before Ricky could take a step forward, another shadow darts out from under the bed and blitzes right toward the door. It heads right for you. If it's the intruder, you need to dodge or at least prepare a counterattack and... Gotcha! In one smooth and quick motion, Ricky leaps out and grabs a hold of the shadow before it can get close to you. He restrains it and holds the shadow against the doorframe. It's Milo, you guys. It's Milo. Settle down.
Don't hurt me, please. I'll give you whatever you want. Money, references, my inventions. A good time? I'll even let you take Nanu. Actually, please take her first. What? I'm not a bargaining chip, you jerk. They're all yours. Just don't kill me. Milo, what are you talking about? Huh? Ricky, it's just you.
It's Milo, no need to fret.
Who else were you expecting? Huh? I mean, there's this weird masky man wandering around. Was already hiding there earlier, then Nanu came by and got under the bed with me to hide as well. She even told me that Masky Man had a knife, that he attacked Mina and Mr. Shins. So I thought that if they came creeping in here, I'd have no choice but to run. I'd have to try and get away. By kicking me out and using me as bait? Can you blame me? The world needs me. If I die, then who's going to enact my vision for a better future? My life has value too, you know. Of course, Nanu. I would mourn you and throw the biggest, most lavish funeral in your honor. Maybe even briefly mention you in my future biographies. You are such an asshole. Ow, not so loud. You don't want to lure the masky man over here, do you? Or what? In that case, I hope they do show up and cut you in half for being such a dickhead. All right, let's settle down. There's one more thing I want to make sure. Milo, you said you've been hiding here the whole time?
What a pal, says Zeta.
Yeah, after I saw him, I didn't waste any time and immediately went to my impenetrable bunker. By which you mean your bed? Duh. People sleep on beds, not under them. Why would anyone look for me there? I don't even...
What about you, Nanu? Well, after Mr. Shins told me to run away, I first went upstairs and kind of stumbled around in the darkness for a while. But while I was in the dark, I think I saw Vervain and the intruder fighting. Really? It was dark, so it was hard to tell, but I think he was able to grab them around their arm and was trying to restrain them. But before he could pull the mask off or grab the other hand, the masked person hit him on the head with a book, and he just collapsed to the ground. You're saying Vervain is out cold on the ground somewhere? He might even be dead? I don't know. I was too scared to check on him, so I just ran away. And then I snuck into your room and, well, I thought it would be safe just to stay there together until things settled down. Mind you, that was before I found out I was just a human shield to you. There's nothing wrong with self-preservation. Don't get mad at me just because you didn't think of the idea first. Guys, this isn't important. Can we please focus? Vervain is somewhere out there knocked out, possibly hurt or worse. In such a vulnerable state, it would be all too easy to kill him. The masked intruder clearly has no qualms about hurting people that get in their way, considering what happened to B. Speaking of B, the lights still aren't on. It shouldn't have possibly taken that long for her to find them, right? Something must have happened. You start to fear the worst. While you haven't heard either Mina or B scream, you fear that maybe somehow this masked assailant got to them without you knowing. Wonder what happened with the lights. B is dead. B is a goner. I know it. You don't have time to ask around for details. You distance yourself from Milo's room and sprint down the hallway in complete darkness. Wait, I'm just turning and leaving these guys? Well, B's in danger. Obviously. Wait, Mr. Shins, where are you going? You have to be sure that Mina is okay. That B is okay. B better not be dead, says Cadmium. While you might not have an idea where B ended up, you know that Mina should still be holed up in her room. And thankfully, you still have a good sense of where that is. It doesn't take you long to reach the end of the hallway. Frantically, you swipe your hand across the wall, eventually brush across a door frame, and finally locate the handle. You swiftly open the door to Mina's room, but despite the faint moonlight, you still can't see much of anything. At least at first glance. The room appears completely vacant, but you're not about to accept that. You best believe in her then. Okay, so we have to trust, we gotta trust B, right? She's capable. She's not, well, she doesn't have a rolling pin. I'm the only one with a rolling pin. All right. You check under the desk. No dice. Under her bed. Nothing. Seems like she didn't follow Milo and Nanu's instincts on that end. Just to be safe, you check behind the door as well and close it for good measure, but she's not there either. In the corner of your eye, you notice a second door. But before you worry about that, you approach the closet right next to it. You reach out towards one of the closet doors and swing it open. As you do, a shadowed figure lunges at you. With the adrenaline pumping in your body, you're able to just barely avoid the strike aimed at you. They go for another, and you're able to catch the shadow's arm before their weapon can hit you. It's just Mina. She tried hitting you with a stiletto heel. Who throws a shoe? I mean, really? Okay, sorry. Mr. Shins, sorry. Oh, hey, it's that heel she said she needed to break in. Oh, it is. She drops the heel and covers her face. This is totally getting out of hand. I don't know what's going on anymore. This isn't what was supposed to happen. What was supposed to happen? What are we talking about? I'm hearing screams and fights and things breaking out there. Oh, and things breaking out there. And this is real. Her hand goes to her cheek. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to die. The reality of the situation must finally be hitting her. But at the same time, it seems that she knows something. What got out of hand? What was supposed to happen? Mina You need to calm down and fill me in. What's going on? Even if it's too late to stop this madness now, you can carry this information with you to the next loop. And then hopefully, you can prevent it from happening again. Mina is on the verge of tears, but she seems to understand that she has to at least speak clearly. You're right. I'm sorry. The most important thing you need to know is that I'm almost sure the person in the mask is... Mina freezes, fixating her eyes on something behind you before slinking back into the closet and pulling you inside. She quickly and quietly closes the closet door. You're about to ask why she pulled you into the closet, but she covers your mouth with her hands. She tilts her head toward the closet door. You peek through the slits, and you watch the door you had just closed slowly creak open again. And soon after, the masked intruder takes a step inside. The intruder looks around the room quietly, closing the door behind them. They walk around the room, passing in front of the closet door a few times before stopping right in front of the bed. The intruder crouches down and throws the covers off the bed. Mina huddles close to you in terror. You can feel her heartbeat pounding through her chest. The intruder gets on the floor and checks under the bed. It's clear that they're looking for someone, probably Mina, and they're inspecting every nook and cranny, even while it's dark. You know that, just like you have, it's only a matter of time before they eventually inspect the closet. You need to have a plan ready, whether you're going to fight or flee. We're in a closet. I think we have to fight. The intruder moves some of the furniture around, making sure that nobody is hiding in any distinct spots. And then they stop and turn towards the closet. This is it. You have to make a choice. Fight or flee. Fight. Flee. The choices bounce in your head, chivalry and terror wrestling for control of your choices. Mina loosens her grip as she tries to escape further and further back into the closet. In doing so, she audibly trips over something. I don't like this. The intruder confidently walks to the closet and puts a hand on the door. Fight. Flee. Fight. Flee. They raise their knife up, still stained with blood, preparing to strike. And then, the lights turn on. There. It seems that fate made the choice for you. Nanu laughing at the karmic clumsiness. You burst out of the closet and tackle the intruder to the ground before they can regain their bearings. Ugh! You wrestle with the intruder, trying to grab and restrain their arms. Ugh! They kick you off, but you're able to knock the knife out of their hands at least. Help! Somebody help us! Mina scrambles out of the closet, tries to flee her room, but the intruder grabs her leg, causing her to fall onto the ground. Let go of me, fucking freak! Mina tries to kick herself free, but the intruder stands up and pulls her back into the room. You scramble back onto your feet. And launch yourself at the masked assailant, slamming them into a nearby dresser. Ugh! The impact makes the intruder groan out in pain. It was strained, as if they were biting their tongue so as not to make much sound. But you have them pinned at least. Even if you can't overpower them, it should be enough to let Mina escape. You think that until a knee hits you square in the gut. Your grip loosens just enough for the intruder to violently toss you off to the side. You slam into the wall, hard. Your brain throbs with pain, an echo from the injury before. You try to stand up, but your muscles and brain aren't on the same page. Your legs buckle beneath you as you try to steady yourself. The masked intruder gives you a brief look before turning back to Mina, grabbing the girl by the hair.
Stop! 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 Why are you doing this? You're going too far!
They don't respond, simply crouching down to retrieve the bloody knife.
Milo, Vervain, Ricky! Anyone, please help!
Mina flails her arms around trying to get loose, but it's no use. The intruder raises the knife into the air. You are dazed, reeling, and the world seems to move in slow motion. You remind yourself it's just a loop. If you fail this time, you can always try again another time. Failure is sometimes necessary. But you refuse to not try your hardest to keep Mina from dying here. After all, if it's a time loop, then it's fine if you take on the burden of death to save others. Your headache clears, your eyes focus, and your muscles tense up. Without thinking, your legs fire off the ground as you leap to interpose yourself between Mina and the knife. You watch, in slow motion, as the knife careens towards you. And you close your eyes, preparing to open them again on a cold bathroom floor. Except, you feel no pain. You slowly open your eyes and see the knife hovering mere inches above your face. The masked assailant didn't stab you? Why? A voice finally murmurs from behind the mask.
Why are you on her side? I thought that you were... Oh!
A heavy impact echoes from right behind the masked assailant. After a brief pause, they simply collapse to the ground. And right behind them is... Vervain, with a book in his hand. That was way too close. Are you two okay? You check over your body, and aside from the dull headache from slamming into the wall, you are more or less okay. You look over at Mina, who similarly is devoid of any newly inflicted injuries. In fact, now that you get a good look at her abdomen, in proper lighting, Mina's dress might be cut up and bloody, but the wounds don't seem to go as deep as you had always feared. In fact, I'm okay. Mina shuffles to your side and latches onto your arm, then turns back to Vervain. You showed up right in the nick of time. Sorry, I must have passed out earlier, but your screaming woke me up. It wasn't hard to find you once the lights got turned back on. Mina! 3 more faces barge into the room. Oh my gosh, what happened? Are you... Nanu almost steps on the unconscious body of the masked intruder, but Milo catches her just in time. Watch where you're going. If you trip and fall over every little... What? It's the masky man! Milo, in his fear, lets go of Nanu, letting the woman collapse onto the ground right next to the unconscious body. Vervain is back. Vervain to save the day! Nanu's screaming. Nanu rolls away and quickly gets back on her feet from a safe distance. Vervain squats down and picks up the assailant's knife. They're not going to hurt anyone else, especially not in this state. Ricky looks around the room and rubs the back of his neck. So, we should unmask them, right? I suppose we might as well. Yeah, who the hell is it? There is a human underneath there, right? Wait, can I do it? Sure, I don't see why not. You did kind of earn this in a way. I mean, she got a cut, so that's an earning. Mina crouches down and reaches for the mask. And after fiddling with it for a bit, she pulls it off and reveals... B? How is it B? I just don't understand. Okay, all right, we're gonna get to the bottom of this. She would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling shins. Work. B, what was the plan? Okay, yeah, let's B? No way. Well, that makes sense. She wasn't here when everyone else arrived. does it make sense? Mina drops the mask to the floor and her shoulders slump. Grief overtakes her face as she steps out of the room. Hey, where are you going? It's a good question. What was the plan? Just outside. I need to get some air. I'll take care of Bee in the meantime. I can maybe use the bedsheets to wrap her up for when she comes to. Hold on. We don't need to tie her up, do we? She attacked us under the guise of darkness. Probably if we hadn't turned on the light, Mr. Shins or Mina would be... Yeah, who knows how much further Bee would have gone. Or was it... Did the mask possess her and make her do it? We should burn it immediately. Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. The four of them eventually get into an argument about what the next step should be. You, however, decide to go and check up on Mina. Along with fixing the blackout, the others must have opened the shutters on the living room windows as well. The dazzling rays of moonlight mark the way ahead for you. Mina is out on the balcony looking off into the dark, starless sky. Foxling. I have nothing to say, Foxling. You can't do it. It's locked up. As you approach, she turns her head slightly to face you, her eyes misty with tears. Before you ask, I'm fine. I just have a lot to think about right now. Cadmium says, nah, I think it's too obvious. It's just far too obvious. Too many pointing and hinting at Bee being a shit, and Mina doesn't actually have a wound beyond the little cut. Cadmium, I'm on your side. It's like something's been revealed, but I still don't know everything. The crash earlier broke most of the redeems, apparently. Oh, Neeflair, the redeems are off for these streams. They'll be back on when we do Dragon Quest on Monday. Everyone does. What compelled Bee to do something like this? To attack who you thought were her friends? Why did she do that? What was her goal? You'll get answers once Bee wakes up, but until then, you can focus on giving Mina the support she needs. I thought that we were just going to have a fun party tonight. I didn't think that it'd devolve into all this. And I especially didn't think that Bee would be coming at me with a knife, genuinely trying to kill me. She touches the cut on her cheek. Fine, I'll just turn on my space heater. You do what you need to do, Foxling. I support you. Does she hate me? I thought that we were friends. I trusted her so much that I... Her voice trails off and she stares down at the ground. Cadmium, thank you for shouting out Foxling. Hey, do you know what the others were doing while the lights were out? You explain the general events of the night to her. How Nanu ran away and eventually went to Milo's room. How Vervain tried fighting off Bee and managed to injure her shoulder before getting knocked unconscious. Ricky had chased Bee but lost her in the darkness. And that Milo was cowering under his bed the entire time. Figures. I don't know why I thought that Milo would step up to the occasion when actual danger showed up. He's so unreliable. Guess this evening was a failure in more ways than one. There's even more ways? Mina waves her hand dismissively. Don't worry, it's nothing important. She smiles and steps towards you. But you were brave. You protected me from Bee so many times. You were even willing to take that knife from me right at the end. I don't know what kind of courage it takes to do something like that, but it shows that you're something special. That's for sure. The fact that you would go against her just for me, nothing I say can express how grateful I am. Mina beams at you with admiration. This, allowing Mina to be alive and smiling, must have been exactly what you were sent here to do. You feel that you have one last chance to cap off the night with something good before you have to return to your own time. Maybe I deserve a reward for my bravery. Don't worry about it, I was just doing what was right. I couldn't stand something bad happening to you. Bee refused to stab me. She was like, why are you on her side? Okay. I'm gonna let's get rewarded. Maybe, or is this a bad idea? I still don't know. I still don't know everything. What are we gonna do? Okay, what's my reward? Maybe I deserve a reward for my bravery. And if not, I can pass it off like I was just kidding, right? Maybe I deserve a reward for my bravery? Work says she was also saying earlier that you should attack the masked person because it might be dangerous. Oh, that you shouldn't. She didn't want you to attack her. That's right. Huh, how bold. But I suppose it's a fair ask after what you went through, on my property no less. Mina circles around you, poking her cheek with her finger. So then, what would be a good reward for the guy that saved my life? Money? Clothes? Maybe a paid vacation? Those wouldn't be bad rewards at all. But she stops in front of you and coyly smiles. Mina, I would like my reward to be information. I'll have to think about this for a bit. For now, you can have this, though. She walks up to you, cups one of your cheeks, and plants a warm kiss on your lips. Too bad. Okay, we got a kiss, that's fine. Atticus Sage, thank you for the power lurk. Copyright Bell Council 2024. There. That's a good start, don't you think? Sorry, no info, just a kiss. Then Mina grabs a hold of your arm and wraps it around her waist. Rough, I know. The two of you look up at the quiet moon in silence and simply take in the moment. I don't trust Mina, says Cadmium. I don't trust. No, nor should we. It seems that things have been resolved. Mina is saved, B will probably be apprehended, and the future is likely saved. Come on, she's totally cool. She gave you a kiss. I'm distrusting the author right now. You're not sure in what sense yet, and there still are a number of questions that linger. Why did B try to attack Mina in the first place? That's something that comes to mind. Do you get the sense that you don't need to know that? You're content knowing that everyone's lives were saved. Maybe that's all you were sent here for. Though Mina's admiration is a nice bonus. Just so you know, you're officially invited to all my future parties as well. After all, why would I let go of such a competent bodyguard in case something like this happens again? She's banking on something like this happening again? That face of yours is priceless. I'm just kidding. Or, well, partially at least. I'm serious about you being welcome here anytime, or whatever. First classic Resident Evil game, so it's been a fun experiencing so far. That's awesome, Mr. Popsicle. I'm glad you're having a good time. Like, I want to get to know you better. What music do you listen to? What are your hobbies? What non-crazy friends do you have? It's kind of embarrassing how much I still don't know about you. That makes two of you. But right as you think that, you can feel the fog over your brain lift ever so slightly. Traces of memories come pushing back, wanting to make themselves known. The bathroom, Mina's dress, B, time travel, memory loss. It occurs to you that all of these things are connected. Hello, Grey Cathedral. Welcome. Except, no. I won't be able to fall asleep anytime soon, so go on. Tell me everything. I need a distraction. I promise I'll try my best not to judge, even if you're into something super embarrassing. You push those needless thoughts and theories away, because what's right in front of you is much better. We finished a route. Direction and work, Kigyo Dev. Writing Zedekin. Awesome. I had such a good time playing this. So we're going to talk to the developers right now. We've got 20 minutes before the next ad break, so we'll go ahead and just jump in. Man, that was really fun. Thank you guys for joining us, for being here, for sharing your work with us.
You guys, so we have Kigyodev. Am I saying your name right?
Yeah, perfect.
Kigyodev and Zetaken or Zetaken.
I just go with Zeta, but honestly, it's like I just roll with whatever.
Just roll with
I'm not
whatever.
picky. Whatever's easier for you.
Kigyodev did direction and art. Zetaken did the writing. Man, this was something. I'm so excited for my next playthrough because there's so much to uncover. This is really impressive, especially for a 1 month game. So how did you guys come together? Have you or other members of your team done Spooktober before? Other jams?
So I'll let Zetaken speak on his previous Spooktober experience, but for me, this was the first time I participated in this particular game jam, so it's the first like more competitive jam with prize money and everything. But otherwise, I have participated in multiple visual novel jams before, either as a lead or team member. But yeah, the reason I reached out to Zetaken is in general, like I wanted to team up with him for a while because I'm a pretty slow rider. And I know that he's a really fast rider, so I figured our strengths and weaknesses would complement each other really well, and I'm glad it worked out this time.
Very nice. So you were experienced, and you reached out to Zeta in particular. That's really cool. How did you learn about Zeta through other games, other jams, or did you know him some way elsewise?
I've known him for a while because of his big commercial game called Game of Fortune, and this year I finally got around to actually playing it, and I really enjoyed it. So then I was like, okay, now I gotta team up because we're both mystery game developers, so that's how we kind of were on each other's radar before.
Oh, okay. All right. So you guys are kind of like travel in the same circles, so to speak, then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Zeta, what about you?
So this is my second time participating in Spooktober. The last time I did was back in 2023, and I was the writer for the third place entry Replaced, if anyone
Oh, I played
is
that.
familiar with that one. Oh,
I
well,
played
shoot,
Replaced.
Oh, there you
Okay.
go.
I loved it. That's fantastic. Okay.
I'm glad, and now I'm gonna be looking to see if there's an archive of it. Because, funnily enough, I was feeling nostalgic. I was looking to see if anyone had played it recently. Because it's like, might have been.
I definitely played it. 2023. I was definitely streaming the games at that point, but I was still a fairly new streamer, and I wasn't doing interviews or anything.
That's fair.
But yeah, I definitely played it and really enjoyed it, and then was super stoked when it got third. So very cool.
Yeah, trust me, I went in with no expectations. I was just happy to be a part. It was my first time being part of a game jam and being part of a team and leveraging what I consider to be my biggest strength as a developer, which is, as Kiki's mentioned, my writing speed, but also just I'm very prideful in my writing ability just in general.
Can we talk about that a little bit? So there was a lot. I mean, this was a lot of text. About how many words is the script, if you don't mind my asking?
It's funny you mentioned that for multiple reasons. Okay, so let me go to the page because I don't remember the exact number, but I believe that on our page we have that the current Game Jam release has 38,000 words.
38,000 in less than because you've got to do this in less than a month, right? Because you've got to get the script set and then you do everything else. So you guys between you wrote 38,000 words in what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
So fun fact, I actually wrote a lot more than that actually. We had initially planned on doing 4 routes for the game. And I was able to, get like very bare bones, just get the words out onto the page, script for all 4 of those routes done. And I think in around 2.5 weeks, something along those lines. And, midway through, we are probably not going to be able to script all of those words into the final product. So we actually had to cut a fair amount of content from our game jam release, which was definitely the right decision to make at the time. But Yes, it was a lot of writing in a short amount of time. As you said before, you made the right choice in looking for someone who could write very quickly. I can definitely do that.
That's so awesome. And I can see you've got all these like locked options for like the second playthrough or subsequent playthroughs, and you're planning on like, are those just locked and they're there, or those are some things that you still need to plug in or are planning on plugging in?
So there's one choice you can still currently unlock in the state as it is right now, and the rest we still have to actually implement. But yeah.
Wow. Okay. So cool. Wow. So, well, speaking of the writing, can you guys talk a little bit about what inspired and shaped the narrative of this game? Like, what was your approach to developing this story? Where did it come from?
That's honestly a good question.
Thank you. I love it when people tell me these are good questions. Sorry.
I basically came up with the idea, like, as I was writing our little devlog about the project, I discovered that I first had the idea for this game over 1.5 years ago, and I completely forgot about it. And then only for this jam picked it up again and turned it into a proper project. But I think I just always enjoyed time travel stories. But I think it's also easy for them to become really convoluted and like get out of control. So I figured maybe just like a smaller time travel story as the first one would be a good idea. And that's why I did it for the game jam. And combining it with the Y2K aesthetic just seemed really fitting because I also really like that.
I love that it's such a great visual novel thing to have a time loop and revisit events like this. Stuff like I noticed the movie that they mentioned was Screech, and the antagonist was fairly Scream-like. Were you referencing Scream and other kinds of like media that you're familiar with? Are there like direct inspirations?
Yes, you can go.
Yeah, for those sections, definitely I was thinking of like all the kind of popular movie tropes around that time frame, and also just like definitely Scream. Friday the 13th, all those kinds of movies. And you'll notice one funny, maybe not funny, but one thing that happens a lot in that route you're in is that the masked person gets like, they take a lot of hits.
Yeah, they get beat up.
They get beat up a lot. And it's like, if you look at those old movies, like it's fair game, you know, the killers, they kill, but they sometimes also get worked on. I'm like, yeah, let's show them getting worked on too.
That totally read. I was like, oh, this is just like the movie. Like when they were getting beat around, hit with the book. Like, yeah, I saw that. Well done.
It's very fun. It's also just like, I'd say it makes it so it's like, oh, this isn't like a invincible monster that is like you can't kill them. It's just like, no, this is just a human, same as you. They just caught you off guard. You can still, you know, beat them around silly, and then, you know, give and take, make it like an actual fight and not just a one-sided slaughter or things like that. So
I love it.
Definitely had fun with those.
So can you guys walk us through, this is something you sort of had sitting on the shelf. What were some of it sounds like the breadth of it was a challenge. What were the biggest challenges that you faced with this project?
Honestly, just time management and like the scope in general. Like, I think I maybe bit off more than I could chew, because somehow the other team members all did really well, and I'm really grateful and proud of them for keeping up with all the deadlines, and the communication was great. But starting from the first week, I was already kind of behind my own schedule with the art. And so by the end, I was kind of really crunching and just trying my best to get the editing done and all the effects. And but that's why we needed to cut 2 routes that were already ready to go and written. And also, as you might have noticed, there were no CGs, so the art also had to be cut a little bit.
It didn't even occur to me that there were no CGs. I did not notice. I was so engaged.
I was gonna say, Kigo, you give yourself a hard time, but also consider the fact that you worked the backgrounds, you worked the sprites, you worked a whole bunch of cool animation and technological stuff on the background. I think it's okay if maybe you couldn't get the CGs done in the last 24 hours you tried to crunch in or whatever.
Yeah, we had a working flashlight. There was a working flashlight in the game. I mean, that was amazing. So Cadmium in the chat just said, I knew scope was gonna be one of the challenges. And I have to tell you guys that almost everybody that we talked to when I asked that question, it's time management and scope creep is doing a game in a month is no joke. So yeah, it's a really common one. Are there any other things that crept up on you?
Honestly, I guess, yeah, we did have a little jump scare right before the release, where I found out the EXE gets flagged as a Trojan sometimes. So then I was just worried, oh god, what if the judges also dismiss our game because it's a virus or something?
Oh no.
But yeah, we still haven't.
I thought you meant a literal jump scare in the narrative, but you mean a jump scare as in a bug.
Are those? Yeah. That was really pretty terrifying. I was literally I think I remember I was in the stream where they were doing the countdown to all right, last couple hours to get your submissions in, and I'm like, hey judges, is it okay if our game keeps getting flagged as a Trojan? Is this a Ren'Py thing? It's yeah, it's a Ren'Py thing. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. So I had to send a whole bunch of messages to Kigo to make sure to let him know, look, it's a known issue. They're working on it. It'll be fine. But definitely that was one of the that's one of our last minute things. The only thing for me, I guess, was since I kind of finished my I want to say finished. Well, kind of. I did my writing, and then I kind of helped out with scripting.
So I got to stop you there. So is you say you don't want to say you finished because it's never finished? Is that?
Well, it's. I mean, it will get finished. I mean, it was more so okay, theoretically, I could have gone all right, I'm just gonna keep writing. I finished the shot, I'll keep writing. But it's no, we need to stop now and put the actual words that are written into the editor so we can actually start scripting and then adding all the effects, sound effects, character expressions, all that stuff. Which it's interesting. I can write very fast, but the process of actually scripting in all the finer details definitely takes a little bit longer. But because I had a little bit of extra time, because I finished my portion of the writing pretty quickly, I was kind of able to help out in doing some of the scripting stuff, setting expressions, putting in some sound effects, basic transitions, which certainly got properly put in, but just map them out there. So we say, okay, here's what we generally want the scene to kind of look like. So it was that. But honestly, I think that for what we the amount of time we had and what I consider to be a pretty compact team, that we managed things pretty well. Sure, maybe it would have been nice if we had CGs, but I'm pretty proud with everything that we were able to put out.
I'm proud of you guys too. I think it really is very, very affecting and suspenseful and just a joy. So yeah, I think you should be patting yourselves on the back.
Oh, I do.
Okay, good. Your fellow developer Ocreatas asks, did you guys have a time zone difference?
Yeah, we did. I think 3 of our team members, so all the rest, including me, were all in Europe, and Zedekin was the only one in America. So there was, I think, a 6-hour difference or something.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's 6 hours, which, to be honest, I honestly didn't think it was that big a deal, because we had usually our check-ins, or basically reviews on Saturday, sometime in the weekend, where that 6-hour difference really wasn't that big a deal. And we were all able to do our work pretty well independently of one another. So didn't affect us too much. I think the only thing the time zone affected was you being able to wake up and go, I'm going to get as much done as I can in these literal last 24 hours before I put the game out. And I think that was it.
Yeah, it bought me time because the deadline for me was like at 7 a.m. the next day. So I basically could work well into the night.
That's awesome that you guys were able to manage that, because I think Ocreatus had some very disparate time zones, and it was very difficult for them. Can I ask about the music? The music is beautiful, and I've got is it Vitor Huber that did the music?
Yes.
And so like kudos to them. It like, man, I was just bopping my head the whole time. Like, oh, this is awesome.
Great music.
Yeah, a lot of people in the chat were mentioning the music too. So just a shout out to Vitor for the wonderful work
definitely.
there.
All our team members were great.
If I can share a bit more about him,
Absolutely.
I think he's someone I know in real life. So I just reached out to him in person because my regular composer unfortunately couldn't work with me for this project, and I'm so glad it worked out because he's doing music for film, but he really wants to get into video games, so this was, I think, like a fun opportunity for him. And he also somehow said he's never done electronic music before.
What?
So if this is his first attempt, then
I didn't even know that.
I'm insanely impressed. Yeah.
That
This was
is
awesome.
impressive.
Yeah.
Cadmium is your kindred spirit. He says, this was literally me last month. Of course, I'm finishing up now, had us doing a game in a month, but building off of something from a previous class, and my team still didn't hit it all, but we were super adamant on not biting off more than we could chew. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Cadmium. Congrats to your composer, says Ocreatus.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite? I mean, there's a lot here. Is there something that you're most proud of, or something that is like a favorite element of the game's design?
Design. Oh man, there's so many things I like. Well, naturally, I love the character designs. I think when we were first like planning out what we wanted the cast to be like, Kigo made a whole bunch of kind of concept designs and their palettes and stuff, and we didn't take us too long to kind of decide kind of how every character would look. And as per usual, Kikyo just absolutely did a bang up job on the sprites. There were moments when I was playtesting the game where I would kind of stop and I would just like look at the sprites. I'm like, they're just so beautiful and pretty. And I did like Nanu's. I've already mentioned that Nanu is my favorite character just because both I love her design and I just get a little pride on my own part. I like the way that she's written. In the sense of the writing of the game, I think what I'm happiest about is naturally I always tend to go towards characterization. Every character's got a very unique voice and way of speaking that I think lends itself to the narrative of the game. And there's all fun characters in their own right, and every character is going to get their spotlight over the course of the game's development. Obviously, Mina got hers in this route, and in the other route that you will, I assume, play on your own time, or I don't know if you'll stream it again or whatever. But whenever you'll play it, you'll see other characters get their own spotlights. And even the stuff that I'm writing now, I'm getting excited at the idea of navigating these characters some more. So just I don't know. I love every aspect of this game. The music, beautiful. Art, beautiful.
There's a lot to love.
A lot to love.
Yeah.
That's the best part about it for me, is just like the process of like making the game. It's like I did the writing and then putting it in and then seeing it go from like the skeleton and then slowly adding more pieces on pieces and seeing it become more and more like full and complete was like beautiful.
Kiko Dev, how about you?
That was so satisfying for me as well. Like, I'm used to being a solo developer, but this time I knew I couldn't get everything done in a month. So I was really, I was a bit nervous, but also excited to have someone else do the writing and also the UI. And also, of course, I was a bit worried, like, oh, what if the pieces don't match? Like, what if the vision isn't strong enough or not going to work? but I was just so happy and impressed when everything came together so nicely. And yeah, I think it was also just the building up of all the little parts, and yeah, I also like everything, I think.
So you were solo prior to this? You've always been solo?
Yeah, pretty much. I've been in one other game jam project before with 2 other writers, but this is the first time I've not done like any of the first draft writing, I think.
Oh, it's amazing. So going forward now, are you going to continue to try and work with Zedekin, or are you going to go back to solo, or do you have plans?
Yeah, he's gone. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, as soon as this call is done, I'm just gonna vanish like dust.
We're gonna keep working together.
That's phenomenal. Can you? So I asked this question of everybody that I've done Q&A with. But visual novel, like choices in visual novels, are really important to the genre. Can you guys talk a little bit about your philosophy on choices?
In the general sense, or for this game specifically?
You know what? Let's talk about this game specifically, and then if you want to go beyond that, generally, that's great too.
Sure. So for this game specifically, there's a mix of choices that will lead you to specific routes, as you saw, because some of the options were blocked out. And then there was a number of options where the choices don't exactly have a bearing on the story, but they let you kind of have fun with how you want to play the character out. Like, as you saw, you had options to flirt with pretty much everyone in the cast, or in some ways they let you be extremely like outlandish, saying things like, "Oh, please step on me, Mina," or saying, "Yeah, I'd love it if a woman could kill me." Or you could take a more grounded approach and just be like, "Oh, yeah, you're a nice person," and stuff like that. But in all those aspects, for me as a writer, it's important that every choice in that sense doesn't feel like just empty words that are just put there to bloat the game up. Like, we've all probably seen some media or game or whatever where it's like they just put in these 50 choices because they could, but they're not really that fun or interesting. So every choice, I kind of wanted it to be like at least entertaining or fun or something along those lines. And I think that with visual novels, as long as you're consistent, players will be kind of happy with what you give them. If you make it clear that, okay, these options don't have a bearing on the story, but they're fun, I get to see some fun reactions, maybe I learn a little bit more about the character. They don't mind if they're sprinkled in, kind of like toppings on like a dessert is kind of how I like to see it. And then obviously the route choices they're important because they lead you on different spots in the story. So
toppings on a dessert, I like that. That's a lovely analogy.
Sprinkles, nuts, cherries, whatever your flavor is, we try to give something a little bit for everybody. So when I was writing for this game, there would always be parts in the story where I'd be like, oh, this would be a nice spot to add in a choice, not for a route, but just for like, let's see, how would the character respond or person respond to Mina teasing them, or if Ricky asks them a question, or what do they think about Milo's cold like food delivery service and stuff like that. It's like, and it's just very fun, small little things that, you know, just let the player have a little bit more fun with the narrative. So that's my view for this particular game.
I love it. Kiko, Dev, do you also have a perspective on this?
Mm-hmm. So I think from a design perspective, we did decide on this choice approach pretty early on, because we do have this self-insert type protagonist. It did occur to me that like some reactions would feel very out of character for some people. So in any instance where there was a way for the player's personality to shine through, we wanted to give them the choice to do so instead of like enforcing an opinion or worldview on them. So that was also another aspect that went into it.
Very nice. I was just like, what do you mean self-insert? It was Mr. Shins was the protagonist, weren't they?
It's always been Mr. Shins. Never
It's always been
Skylar,
Mr. Shins.
Whoever.
Wow. Great answers, you guys. So what do you hope that players will take away from this game when they finish playing it?
Oh, that's a good question. You want to go first, Kigyo, or should I?
Yeah, I was hoping you could buy me some time.
I'll buy you some time. What do I want players to? Well, this is going to sound kind of lame, but I hope that players just kind of get out of this that they had a lot of fun and that they look at all the hard work that we put into it and go like, wow, that was a nice quality game that, for the record, also isn't 100% done yet, and that they look forward to everything that we've got coming up in the future.
I think that's a great response. I think that's a great answer to that question.
You know what? You're right. I'm going to stop it right there and hope that Kigyo has figured out a way to follow up on that, if at all.
Yeah, I think also I hope that it brings back a little bit of nostalgia, if possible, for the 2000s, just because that was the vibe we were really trying to hit.
For those of us that remember those times.
I don't know if you saw like Yoshi in the chat was like, I like physical media. Yeah, I still collect. Like we're all like, I had a moment about CRT TVs.
Oh yeah.
So I think you got some success there.
Nice.
I ask everybody this question too. If you guys could go back in time and give your past selves one piece of advice before you started the project, what would it be?
Why?
Oh, well, that's very simple. Just stick with 2 routes. And
2 routes only.
Don't try to do more.
I mean, only 2 routes at 38K.
Yeah.
Certainly, you know what? That probably is the best advice we could have gone back in time and told ourselves. Just going like, hey, look, we know you guys are ambitious. Just do these 2. That's what you're going to have time for. Polish them up as best you can. You're going to thank us later. Probably would be the best. Honestly, it would have saved a little bit of disappointment because I won't deny there was a little bit of me was like, oh man, I'm not going to be able to show off all this stuff I've written off for the game jam.
Yeah.
But I got over that pretty quickly once I realized that it was like, yeah, it was definitely the right decision.
Yeah, I'm really grateful that you understood and were fair.
What was I going to do? I was going to like throw a tent like, no, Kigyo, we're putting these routes in. I don't care if you're tired and conning and doing all this stuff. I'm going to do it. No, like they're going to get in later, but so I wasn't going to like cry about it. But yeah, definitely that. Just go back in time and say, look, be ambitious, but this is probably where you're going to be getting at. And if we did that, we probably would be able to. I would have gotten 2 routes writing that. I would have written my 2 routes, and then that would have probably left me like definitely a few more days to do other stuff. So who knows what would have happened? But
who knows? Wow. So I want to ask you guys a couple more questions, and I think we still have some questions from people in the chat, but we have an unskippable ad coming up. Do you guys mind hanging out for a few minutes, taking a 3-minute break, and then coming back?
Yeah, I can get another can of sparkling water.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I'll go grab something. We'll grab some drinks, and I'll see you back here in 3 minutes. Sorry to anybody that's behind the commercial wall, but we'll be back in just 180 seconds. Welcome back, everyone. If you are just now joining us, we're talking with the developers of SpookY2K, Kigyo Dev, and Zedekin. And where were we? Creators, thank you for the welcome back. So I was going to ask you guys, first, if anybody in chat has questions for the developers, please go ahead and put them in chat now, and I will read them out. I have one last question for you guys from my own self. What is next? What do you guys have? Other irons in the fire? Other projects that are coming up?
All right. So yeah, we're working on finishing up this game, of course. So, and the full game would be expected around May of next year. So this time around, a bit more than a month of time. So I think it will be much more manageable as well.
So you guys are going to take another 5 or 6 months on this?
Yeah.
That's very
okay.
I
think that's a healthy amount of time.
We just talked about scope, and now we should definitely not try and squeeze everything in a month. So this is definitely the right.
Lessons were learned. Yeah, and other than that, I think we're both also just working on our main projects at the same time as well. So I'm working on a pretty big multi-route death game visual novel for years now, and that development is gonna keep going in the meantime.
Did you say death game?
Yes.
I'm
The
intrigued.
eagle-eyed players that were watching the stream may have even noticed the name of said game in the background of Mina's room.
Right, the posters on the wall.
Those posters were not just random art. Those are the
Easter eggs for your big project are in this game.
Yeah.
both of our games are in Mina's room because obviously Mina has good taste.
I bet that's why. Well, that's very exciting. Okay, so in about 6 months, we'll see a bigger release on SpookY2K, and then you guys both have big projects of your own.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
We will. Let's see. Creatus. Sorry. Creatus says before the ad wall. I've already said this and I missed it. Sorry, Creatus. How long did it take to make the animated sprites? They were so cool.
Yeah, I just read it myself. So the blinking animation is honestly, it's like 3 frames. So it's like the open eye, then 2 squints, and the closed eye. And considering that for the default expressions, I already need the open, squint, and closed anyway, because a character might make those faces anyway. I basically only had to add 1 sprite to make the blinking more smooth. So that was pretty easy. I kind of have a workflow down with the eyes for that. And when it comes to the movement animations, I mean, those are just programmed within RenPy. So I can just say, like, over the span of this many milliseconds, move this and this way. And then I can just reuse that effect as many times as I want. So that's also actually relatively simple. Yeah. I hope that answers the question.
It doesn't sound simple, but there we go. I don't do that work. Were each expressions made as separate sprites or as layered images?
Oh, layered images, yeah. I think with separate sprites, we would have like hundreds for each character because there's such tiny differences in their expression changes.
Yeah, layered sprites will save you a ton of time. Speaking as someone who, in their first game, did not use layered sprites and had a lot of different sprites for facial and pose expressions, use them.
Oh man,
you will save yourself a lot of grief, even though it takes you a little bit of time.
Thank you for answering that question, guys. Thank you, Creatus, for the question. Wow. Well, thank you guys so much. Is there anything else that we should know? Anything that we didn't cover here that you would like that you would like people to know about your game or about things that are coming?
Maybe also a shout out for our UI person, Rosio.
Oh yeah.
Because we haven't talked about that yet.
Oh,
but
yeah.
They also did a really, really amazing job with the instructions they were given and the final product. Like, I'm not much of a graphic designer, so I'm so happy that the UI turned out the way it did.
Yeah, under the credits, it says Rocio was UI and web development. What is the web development, like the itch page, or what is?
Oh yeah, for the itch page, yeah, because we have also like little special effects on the screenshots and little frames and everything. So they went above and beyond to making it look really unique and cool.
I did notice that your itch page was very very slick. So kudos to Rocia.
Yeah, shout out.
Awesome. Well, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed this. I really had a good time. I'm a little bummed about the crash, right? Like an hour in. But so everybody who is watching this now, there's a link pinned at the top of the chat. You can download this game and rate it and play it. Find your favorite route. And if you're watching this on YouTube, there will be a link in the description and I encourage you to download, rate, and play the game. The Spooktober Jam the judgment period is ending this coming Sunday. So it's a little shorter than I'm used to, actually. So it's important that if you're gonna get in there and play the game and give it a rating, that we do it before Sunday, because that's when it's most important to the developers. Creatus, thank you for the plane command. Yum! Yeah, we got the planes coming over. Oh, it's no longer pinned, but it's now pinned again. Thank you, Cadmium. So yeah, you guys, thank you so much for being here, for taking the time to share your work and your experiences. Really appreciate you. I hope we get to do this again sometime.
Thank you. Yeah,
I'd love to, and thank you for taking time out to cover the game. It's been an absolute pleasure watching you play.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm so glad I managed to join.
Me too. All right. Well, you guys. Thank you to Kigyo Dev and Zedekin, direction and art and writing for SpookY2K, the Spooktober visual novel jam game. I'm going to go ahead and hop out of Discord, and we'll go ahead and raid out. Thank you again. Have a good night.
Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.